Reach out to us today and let's make your real estate dreams come true. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share. It helps us out a lot and lets others discover how MAQ Group can simplify their real estate journey too. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy investing. Visit us on www.macgroup.com.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Celebrating a cricket visionary, Muhammad Ahmad Qureshi, MAQ.
T20 Cricket Format. Credited with introducing the T20 Cricket format internationally. Broward County Cricket Stadium. MAQ relentless dedication brought Broward County Stadium to life, establishing it as a premier hub for cricket in the USA. US Open Cricket Tournament. Launched in 2009, this tournament has been pivotal in popularizing cricket in the US. Muhammad Ahmad Qureshi, a legacy beyond boundaries.
T20 tournament coin, call it a coin or what would we call that? Medallion. Yeah. So thank you for your efforts. On the back side of it, it says thank you for your service. And to Broward County, we can't say enough for that. So thank you very much. So do a quick picture.
If you want luxury but desire smart investments, then let MAQ Group guide your property journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in property, MAQ Group has you covered. Worldwide, we offer a range of services tailored just for you. Looking for your next home, business, or want to investment? Our residential and commercial investment, we ensure you find the perfect profitable business or property. Our off-plan properties and expert market analysis promise lucrative opportunities. And for property owners, our management services handle everything so you don't have to. With MAQ Group, you're not just getting a service, you're gaining a partner dedicated to your success. Trust, transparency, and a seamless experience from start to finish. Ready to begin your property journey? Visit us at www.macgroup.com and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
Attention cricket lovers. Your dream stadium is closer than you think. Welcome to MAQ Cricket Stadium in Delray Beach, Florida. Spread over a stunning 25 acres, it's the perfect place to bring your family and friends for a game of cricket or practice at our 3 top-notch nets. Want to learn cricket? We've got qualified coaches ready to help you master the game. And no worries about parking. We've got plenty of space. Hungry after the match? Grab some delicious halal food from our on-site food trucks. Got kids? They'll love our beautiful play area. Need a moment of peace? Visit our prayer room. MAQ Cricket Stadium is available for rent. Just give us a call at 561-441-0521. Make MAQ Stadium your go-to cricket spot. See you on the pitch.
MAQ Group International Investment Platform. Today, I'm excited to talk to you about something that can truly transform your investment game, real estate, and specifically, how MAQ Group is making it easier than ever before. Now, investing in real estate can be intimidating. There are so many questions: where to buy, when to sell, how to manage properties. It can be overwhelming, but that's where MAQ Group comes in. Imagine having a team of experts dedicated to your unique aspirations. At MAQ Group, that's exactly what you get. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, rent, or invest in $1 million business or small, we've got you covered. So let's break it down. First up, buying. Finding that perfect property can be like finding a needle in a haystack. But with MAQ Group, you have access to exclusive listings and insider knowledge that takes the guesswork out of the equation. Our team will find the perfect property that aligns with your investment goals, be it a luxury home or a commercial estate. Next, selling. Selling a property can be just as tricky. Pricing it right, marketing it effectively, and finding the right buyer, it's a lot. MAQ Group uses cutting-edge technology and market strategies to ensure your property not only sells quickly, but also fetches the best price. We handle everything from staging to negotiations, making the entire process stress-free for you. And finally, property management. Managing a property, especially multiple ones, can be a headache. But with MAQ Group's comprehensive management services, you can sit back and relax. Our team handles everything, from maintenance and tenant relations to financial reporting and compliance. It's like having a personal assistant for your property. So why choose MAQ Group? Because we're not just about transactions, we're about relationships. Our personalized services are tailored to meet your unique needs and aspirations. We're committed to turning your real estate vision into a reality. Don't just take my word for it, experience the MAQ Group difference yourself. Ready to make your next big investment move? Reach out to us today and let's make your real estate dreams come true. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share. It helps us out a lot and lets others.
Welcome to beautiful Broward County Stadium here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for the second semifinal of the USA Open 2024, the 16th edition. Wherever you are watching us around the world, we welcome you. You could be watching us online at MAQTV.com, watching us on the MAQ Sports app, downloadable in your Apple Play Store and your Google Play Store, and Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick. Many ways to watch the tournament. We are in to the penultimate day and the second semifinals here. And we follow up what we saw earlier. And with me, Jeremy Lanneman, is Junaid Ahmed.
Thank you, Jeremy. What a day it is. Second semi-final. DC Eagles have won the toss and elected to bowl first. As you can see, the main man on your screens, the skipper, Mohammad Asif, marking his run-up. How lethal he could be in those first 6 overs. He'll have to try and set the precedents right from the get-go. Wickets early on would be way too crucial for DC Eagles' liking. and no better person than Asif himself, Jermaine.
Yes, indeed. This should be an interesting clash. Lendell Simmons, the West Indies international, leads the New Yorkers per se, and the DC Eagles are led by another former international in.
That's right, Mohammad Asif.
Indeed. So, what are we looking at here? How do we see this one going? Earlier, we must remind you the first semi-final underdogs, a big upset. The Chicago Catchers winning by 8 wickets over the LA Lions team, who heading into the semi-finals of this week-long tournament had been the form team with 4 wins and no defeat in their preliminary round. 2 wins and 2 defeats. Chicago Catchers entered the semifinals as a 4th qualifier on net run rate, and they overcame the big guns.
That's right, and what a performance it was. Completely one-sided affair, making sure they just knock out LA Lions by utmost ease. Right, Tamim Sukrodi and Nicholas Spook Singh, the 2 men out in the middle for the New York Yorkers, and Asif is all set to get things underway from DC Eagles' perspective.
Yes, indeed. It should be a close contest. These teams did meet in the preliminary round. We'll check just now to see who won, but they both entered the semi-final, if I'm not mistaken, with 3 wins and a loss. They finished 2nd and 3rd, with New Yorkers finishing 2nd after the preliminaries. So, arguably 2 evenly matched teams, which should provide an action-packed afternoon here for those who are watching or those who are on hand.
That's right, New York Yorkers, beg your pardon. 2 wins, 2 defeats for them. Managed 4 points. DC Eagles, the same equation, just better on the net run rate. It's going to be all about leaving those games played out in the group stages aside. The winner takes it all. The one who loses will have to head home.
Yes, interesting affair on the cards. It must be mentioned this New Yorkers team does have some pedigree. They have at least 3 West Indian internationals. Imran Khan, John Ross Jigasar. I mean, first class he has played, but a lot of CPL experience. And the captain Lendell Simmons, New Yorkers. They have been coming into form. They lost their first game and then have won 300 shots since. So they have momentum. And you'd want to feel that they are slight favorites here, the New Yorkers, to beat the DC Eagles.
That's right, they've got some talent in their ranks. Whereas DC Eagles, they've got experience as well. And Asif with the new ball could be way too crucial. Here goes Asif with the first ball of the second semi-final. Goes after it straight away. Chance out in the deep. Oh, that's bounced just in front of him. That ball was dipping and dying in the end. Couldn't quite get his hands to it. Back comes the batsman for a second. What a start to the innings. First up here, Jermaine.
Indeed. Digged out, as we see in the replay here, up and over cover. But the extra cover saw the opportunity. He came in very quickly. Pulled out the dive in front of him. Had he gotten his hand out some more, that could have been a wicket.
That's right, and Asif, he probes with his line and length early on. Asif with the new ball has been always very difficult to deal with for the best in the business. Here he comes again with the second one. Again right on money, just leaving the batsman. Lets it go this time.
Yes, good left arm fast bowling. He has been Asif on target most of the tournament. Experienced Pakistan international, former international that is. And he has been the trump card for DC Eagles, and that's why they're in this position of a semi-final position. So a lot will be expected of him, Mohamed Asif.
That's right, and those first 6 overs would be of utmost importance for both the sides. From New York Yorkers' perspective, they would definitely want to get off to a very good start here. Here's Asif again, this time right on money, driven through the onside. It's going to be come back for... He's going to scamper through for a quick single. A comedy of errors down there might just allow them to come back for a second.
Yeah, sloppy fielding there on the part of the DC Eagles unit. The backup players, Trevor Griffiths, we see there on the square. He didn't do a good job, and the other fielder next to him overthrows in the end, and welcomed run on the part of the Yorkers.
There wasn't a run there to begin with. An overthrow allowed them to go through for a single, and a complete mess up makes them come back for a second. 4 of the first 3 balls. Here's Asif again. Again, lets it go. Again, that length right on money.
Yes, indeed. Pitching out and leaving the right-hand batter. Looking there is the batter to see if that was inside the market blue line, which signals wide. But it was a safe delivery, well bowled in the end. And Rudy will have to get over there if he wants to play the shot.
That's right, and has been a magician since the time he's burst onto the international stage, right from back in time. Might just try and roll those years once again.
Yes, 42, I believe, Mohamed Asif is. Must be mentioned in the first time these teams met, the New York Yorkers did win by how much? 4 wickets it is.
That's right. DC Eagles batted first, scored 110. This time came down the track, and again couldn't quite get the connection. And is that the end of the over? Rather, 5 deliveries, I reckon. He's charged all the way up to the batter, Mohammad Asif. Having a word with him, rather, so as to say, what were you doing when you stepped out of the crease?
Indeed.
The fast bowlers don't like that, do they, Jermaine?
Not at all.
A good start from DC Eagles' perspective. Just 4 conceded. 2 of the first, 2 of the third ball, courtesy of an overthrow. Here's Asif. Definitely want to close this off on a good note. Again, a very good length. Just what we have seen him do right throughout his career, Mohammad Asif. That's the end of the first over. New York Yorkers 4 for none. Right, looks like it's going to be Mohammad Uzair Siddiqui from the other end, Jermaine.
Yes, he too has been on the money for the most part for this DC Eagles unit. Given some messages from by Trevor Griffith, the West Indies first-class player there. Bowling to these batters who are, trying to dig in. In fact, Singh has not faced the delivery, the left-handed Singh, so he looks forward to this matchup as well. 4 without loss inside the first. What type of contest will we have? We had a very interesting one for the first semi-final. Let's see how this one, low scoring nonetheless, first one. Let's see.
Right, here goes Mohammad Uzair Siddiqui. Straight down on the leg side. It's going to be an easy call for the umpire.
And yeah, not the start. That was required. Just to mention the score from the first game. 71 did the LA Lions make, and the Chicago Catchers replied for the last, got the target for the loss of 2 wickets to win by 8.
That's right, complete anti-climax in that first semi-final. Let's hope it's not the same way around in this one. Here's Uzair again. Goes after it. There's a large shout there from the umpire and from the bowler and the keeper. Almost pleading there.
Yes, I think it's a good shout in the end. It may have hit him on the back leg. We look at the replay here. Pitching, did I pitch in line? Yes, the back leg low down. I think he may have gotten away with that.
Maybe looked like from the get-go it was crashing into maybe leg stump.
Yes, the top of it, maybe at best. Hit him on the thigh, and maybe that what cut him, but he was bending in the crease.
Yes, was there again. This time just worked away towards this is short third man in place. Couldn't quite get past him. The angle with which he's trying to bowl, and he glided short towards the short 45 towards the offside, might just find itself stroll towards the boundary there.
Indeed. And the pace isn't that quick, at least early in this innings. So that is on.
That's right, here's Hosea. This time he pulls and pulls well. Should go down the hill for a 4. There's a first of the afternoon for New York Yorkers. And it's Nicholas Singh who gets their first boundary.
Duly dispatched. Short within the mid-range, on the leg stump, and helped on its way backward of square. Well played on the part of Singh. He gets off the mark. He's now in 4. And the Yorkers are 9 without loss. We're midway the second over here of the semi-final number 2 of the 2024 US Open 16th edition here at the Broward County Stadium in Florida. Exciting cricket for most of the week so far. We have the semi-finals today and the finals tomorrow at 10. So if you're watching us or you're here, whatever it is, you are seeing some good cricket on display.
They've got a fine leg. They've got a flying slip sort of. This time he picks it up on the onside. It'll only be a single. They've got 2 down there in the leap, deep on the leg side. The third man is up inside the circle. The idea is to try and get him play more towards the leg side, Jermaine.
Yes, and well played on his part. Timed, asked to be just whipped into the middle wicket, and Singh duly obliged. And it must be mentioned, as we said earlier, this team did meet in the preliminary round. Batted first that time was DC Eagles. They made 110 of 19.2 overs, and the New York Yorkers scored 112 for 6. And that was an impressive performance. Singh in that game made 36. He was supported by Nizar Wadat, 28, and Syed Safder. Those are the best performers of that contest. And bowling-wise, Simmons ended with 4 for 20. Lendl Simmons is captaining the New York Yorkers.
Men on short 45 on either side. This time he tries to help it on its way. Was looking for a single. Wasn't there for sure. There's a man back down there in the deep towards the leg side, back on square leg. There's a deep point in place.
Yeah, so these teams rather evenly matched. As we said, the Yorkers did beat the Eagles when they met in the preliminaries, and right now they are looking to switch it's around at the DC Eagles, while the Yorkers are hoping to go to the final.
This time straying way to outside the off stump. Easy call for the umpire. 2 extras. 7 already off the first 5 legal deliveries here. They'll have to try and curtail those extras given away.
Captain Mohammed Asif will not be pleased with Sadiq so far. He has not looked the most comfortable in this opening over with a few extras.
That's right, here he goes again. This time cut away, brilliantly done. Fielder call into action straight away. Couldn't quite stop the single, but definitely has stopped a couple of runs there. So that's the end of over number 2. It's 12 without loss. It's going to be Asif back for his second over. A somber start for both these sides. Just picking up pace in the last over with one boundary. Still going at runner ball. Here goes Asif. This time that's straight up in the air. Fielder. Just falls short.
No, I mean, as if the captain there asking the long off, why did you take so long to come in? He doesn't look pleased. He felt that one was in the air long enough. Chance being floored, I mean, per se, on the part of Singh.
That's right, and it went miles up in the air. They had all the time in the world to try and get under it, and that's exactly what Asif is trying to convey to his fieldsman. Could have made that run a bit earlier. Have tried to get himself settled underneath the ball and grabbed it, but the chance is spilled over now.
Indeed, long on actually appeared that if he would have reached the ball before the long off fielder, so you can understand. You know what that is.
That's right, and trying to make those adjustments again. Asif has looked pretty animated right from the start of it, making those adjustments, trying to get those fielders into right sort of spaces. He's had a decent start to the over, induced a false stroke. It was all about catching in the end, like we saw in the previous game. Catches got catches going, and they have booked themselves a berth in the finals tomorrow. Here's Asif. Short, takes the thickish inside edge, maybe on the bounce.
Yeah, swinging and missing. You would have felt that that one was there, Singh, for the cut. Should be, cursing himself there.
That's right, he was trying to maybe go a touch too hard for his liking. Got the fielder placed just for that. Got a third man in place, a short fine. Kept changing field every ball, literally.
Yeah, decent. I mean, I like this captaincy. I like responsive captaincy, if not proactive.
Right, now he's got a slip in place, Asif. This time again, that probing length just going away from the batter, but the umpire signals wide.
Yeah, put the slip in place. Definitely the intention is to go across the left-hander, trying to induce that edge, but a little bit too much effort in that one, pushing it wide.
Going at a runner ball, New York Yorkers. 14 from 2.2. Just one boundary so far. So time and again, runs in the first 6 would be utmost crucial. And from the TC Eagles perspective, they definitely would want to try and make those early inroads into this batting lineup. They've got a lot of firepower in their ranks, New York Yorkers. Here's Asif. Pitched up. Driven towards the onside, giving it a chase. Should be an easy couple, rather it's gone all the way for 4. There was no fielder there. He had taken it out, the ball before, and had put it into that slip cordon.
Very pleasing drive down the ground. Those are the type of stuff batsmen like when fielders are chasing and cannot catch the delivery. And it was well played by Singh in the end. He moves on to 9. Score moves on to 18.
They'll have to try and get a move on at some stage. Still early days from New York Yorkers liking. Definitely want to try and get their eye in. Here's Asif this time. Swipes at it. Oh, couldn't quite get to the end of it rather. Oh, that's a bad bat miss. Goes for a 4 again. That's second in the over. 2 consecutive boundaries here for Nicholas Singh.
Yeah, unfortunate in this one here. That should have been cut off very easily in the end. Get his body behind it, the bowler, but just took a while to get down. The ball flew under him and into the boundary. 4 runs for Singh. That is what should have been 1.
That's right, and doesn't seem too pleased here, Mohammad Asif. A catch not attempted on the first ball, and that actually made him take that fielder out and try something different. He's got the slip removed now. He's got a man at mid-on, mid-off. This time he moves across and taken on the bounce.
A huge shout for catching. The fielder there on the square boundary. No, on the square. Thought he had a chance, but that died just in front of him.
Again, trying to get that angle into the batsman.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a man at short 45
Indeed.
on the leg on the leg side. Short fine leg.
Indeed.
There's been a story of every delivery in the over. 10 already of the first 5 legal deliveries. Here's Asif. This time short. It was far away from the ball there. A huge appeal from the bowler.
Mm-hmm.
The keeper doesn't join him at all.
No, if he wanted some help, he wouldn't have gotten any there. That one going well under the bat.
Well, that's right. You can see a huge gap there between bat and ball, and to the point of almost pleading with the umpire, Mohammad Asif. And sees the funnier side of it, the keeper and the captain.
And then the over in the process, 22 without loss it is. After 3, the New York Yorkers versus DC Eagles, semi-final number 2 here. US Open 2024 action here at the Broward Stadium in Florida. We'll be back.
It's going to be Uzair to continue with his second, with the score 22 without loss here. This time just slaps at it. Couldn't quite get anything behind it.
Yeah, he is needing for a comeback. None for 8 in the first over. Not ideal of a start for Sadiq. But he is a fairly tall, gangly type of pacer. Doesn't seem to be very quick, but he seems to have the ability to put it on a length, a back of a length.
That's right. It's just trying to get those deliveries into those decent lengths and trying to make the ball work. This time he goes inside out. There's a fielder down there, probably wide of the fieldsman, and snakes all around the carpet for another 4.
Welcome forward indeed on the part here for the New Yorkers. Short and wide and helped over the cover area and all the way down to the boundary. Good batting there in the part of Rody. He moves to 10 and taking his team to 26.
That's right. What looked like a somber, sedate start. They've just started to flip the switch now.
Indeed, now scoring at 7.8 runs per over.
That's right. Here's Uzair again. This time takes the edge. 1 bounce. The third man is called into action. It'll only be a single.
A short call of catch it from the bowler there, but you know that one was never in the offering. The fielder ran around. It bounced one time in front of him, but in the end, it was just enough to save, to not allow that to go for a boundary.
That's right. Runs in the power play are way too crucial. If they can try and get them without much of a damage, pretty sure they can definitely target the back end of this innings, New York Yorkers.
Right, and they'd be looking at potentially a par score of 8 runs per over, an average 160. They would be comfortable with that, you believe. Anything more, it should be a bonus. Anything less, they know they'll have work to do in the field.
That's right. This time he goes again, and another boundary. This time towards the third man region. He went after it, slashed at it, and slashed hard.
That's what you tell a batter to do. If you're going at it, go hard. And indeed, a little credit to him, however, he did open the face of the bat at the last minute, helping that delivery over the third man, inside the third man boundary there.
Right, what they've done in the process is they've again helped themselves to 2 boundaries and an over. They've got themselves to 31 now, going at 8.45.
Yes, excellent start on their part, the New York Yorkers, putting the pressure to DC Eagles.
This time short, trying to go for a quick single, wasn't there for sure. Short third in place.
And as you mentioned earlier, this New York Yorkers team is a strong, solid team. They still have Captain Lyndall Simmons other West Indies first-class players such as Imran Khan, John Garth, Agres, even the tournament's leading run scorer, Majumdar, is still in this Yorkers outfit. So they have a lot of batting to come.
That's right, and the kind of start they've got, I won't be surprised if they get in excess of. This time takes an inside edge and rocks back onto the stumps. First blow for New York Yorkers, and probably that was the only way he could have got out.
Indeed. And interesting, we were just giving them credit for the start, and not in any position to play that shot was Singh. Head all up in the air and swinging, and arguably a wicket should have been half.
That's right, and looked like it was a touch slower to the normal deliveries he was bowling. He went after it, got the thickish inside edge, and onto the stumps it goes. So one down for 31 after the end of 4, and it's Nicholas Singh who departs. Right, out comes Everett Nicholson. 31 for 1 in 4. Decent start, pegged back by DC Eagles in the last over, the last ball of the last over.
But it's interesting, this New Yorkers team, if they were to win, the catchers who won the first semi-final, they are a larger Jamaican contingent with Jamaican first-class players, and the Trinidad players are in this New Yorkers team, so that would be a Caribbean showdown somewhat.
That's what I was about to say. It's a Caribbean showdown. Here's Asif. Ball is third. Again making those late adjustments to the field.
And the catchers again winning that first semi-final comfortably. Chicago catchers against LA Lions.
A deep point. Deep square. Deep mid-wicket rather. This time he goes over and just over the fieldsman and just into the boundary for another 4.
Well played on the part there of Rody. Pitched up and lifting it a little bit aerial for a time. Mid-off thought he could have turned and gotten that, but it was well struck in the end.
That's right, and a very good start to the over for New York Yorkers again, making sure he clears that man, and once it's over him, there's no stopping those. None for 18 so far for Mohammad Asif into his third over. Well bowled this time. Shot back of a length has managed to steer that one through the gap. 4 towards the third man region.
High quality stuff there. Well played by Rudy. Good back of the length delivery. Kind of tucked him up somewhat, but he was on top of it and ran it nicely on the carpet between the fielders and for 4.
Again, a very good over in prospect from New York Yorkers' liking. 2 boundaries of the first 2 deliveries. Now what they can do is they can try and make this over big and get it completely in their favour. Going at 9 in over. The wicket taken of the last over has just got nullified with those 2 shots here. It's Asif. This time, well ball, just back of a length. Trying the same shot again. Trying to steer that towards the third man region. Still got the third man up inside the circle. You've got 2, one on the mid wicket and one towards the deep point region.
Indeed, that's almost, that one was just a little bit closer to the off stump. Could have played the same shot, but missing out in the end is Rudy.
Surely would want to finish this first spell on a high here, Asif. Maybe would try and one of these to Pack. This time he goes through with a shot. Couldn't quite get anything on it.
No, that was a nothing shot there. Because that one pitched closer to the stump, still at length. That should have been looking to be played up the V, and he played across it. Fortunately for him, nothing happened, Rody.
That's right, and probably one of those things you would try and the coaches would try and make the batsmen learn early on in the careers. When the ball is swinging, try and play that in the V. You can't go through the covers. It's not swinging to that extent, if I may say so. This time takes the edge, diving full length to his right. Couldn't quite get hold of it. Tough chance, would I call it, Jermaine?
Yes, indeed. Mohammed Asif there, holding his head to say, hey, couldn't you have taken that? Let us see on replay here. Slashing and edging in the glove and out. That should have been taken.
Another chance goes down begging, and is the same bowler. Mohammed Asif hasn't been his day so far. Was a chance created early on in his second over towards the mid-off region rather. Fielder couldn't quite get himself underneath it, and this time the wicket keeper. This time he guides again. Couldn't quite get past the fieldsman inside the circle. That's going to be the end of over number 5, and it's 39 for 1.
If you want luxury but desire smart investments, then let MAQ Group guide your property journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in property, MAQ Group has you covered. Worldwide, we offer a range of services tailored just for you. Looking for your next home, business, or want to investment? Our residential and commercial investment, we ensure you find the perfect profitable business or property. Our off-plan properties and expert market analysis promise lucrative opportunities. And for property owners, our management services handle everything, so you don't have to. With MAQ Group, you're not just getting a service. You're gaining a partner dedicated to your success. Trust, transparency, and a seamless experience from start to finish. Ready to begin your property journey? Visit us at www.macgroup.com and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
It looks like it's going to be Syed Rafai Safdar. Will come into the action. It's been a good start from New York Yorkers' perspective. They've put 39 on the board, going at 7.8. They've got a lot of batting still left. Here's Safdar with his left armers. Goes after him straight away.
Tennis bat style. Down to long off. Single. And it must say this phase of the game is an interesting one. It's the final over in the power play, where only two fielders are allowed to circle, so they need to get as much as they can, as they have been trying and doing, the New York Yorkers. Currently at a run rate of 7.7 runs per over. I don't want to go big in this one.
That's right. And would you try and risk a wicket rather, going for those extra maybe 7 or 8? Or would you try and be, alright, let's try and get maybe 8 or 9 and just be content with it. Have an extra wicket in hand and target maybe towards the last 6 rather than targeting last 5. Here goes Safdar. This time he goes long. Has he found enough? Just over. Fingertip stuff down at long on boundary, but couldn't quite get the ball in hand. Goes all the way for a maximum.
Welcome down the part there of Rody. Thrown up, flighted in the slot and helping it. And he sizes up the boundary just about enough.
Again makes room, again goes. Has that got enough? He has! 2 in 2.
Much better shot there. Much more bat on that. And he has cleared the boundary more comfortable this time around, Rody. Giving himself room. And a short man, but you can see he added some power to that timing.
That's right, he premeditated it, was backtracking it, and then just went through with the shot and got a lot of bat on it. The meme for sure has flipped the switch. This time trying to sweep. The keeper and the bowler almost pleading. Nothing says the umpire.
Oh my, they can't believe it. It's a close one. It's a bad shot selection on part of Rody. Maybe fortunate when we see the replay. Here, let me see. The sweep comes out. Did that pitch in line? Just outside off. Just outside, but it was a good shot nonetheless.
That's right, a good shout for sure. Looked like it was hitting just around about the 4th stump mark. Not a good start for Safdar so far. He's conceded 2 huge sixes already. This time onto the back foot. Just prods it forward. Straight back to the bowler. A decent comeback from him.
Yes. Nicholson's the batter and striker. It's Rody.
Again, watchfully played. Skittled through for a quick single. And that brings us to the end of the over. And a very good power play from NY Yorkers' perspective. 54 is what they've managed. What a good power play this has been for New York Yorkers. 54 going at about 9 in over. Just 1 wicket down. 2 huge sixes in the last over. Here's Maskuram. Shaw takes a thickish outside edge. We've got a man in place at the 3rd man. Only be a single. Alongside me in the commentary box is Ivor Henry. Ivor, welcome back.
Yes, thank you. Good to be back. I'm well fed up. I got lunch, got some chicken and some rice. So how about you? Did you have lunch?
I had the same stuff, mate. Chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice.
And here goes Maz.
Okay.
And again towards the 3rd man for another single.
Yes, I'm replacing the big man, German little man, and trying to fill the big shoes. A little man trying to fill the big shoes of the big man. Well, good power play here for the New York Yorkers. They got to 54 for the lone wicket. We would have seen 1 or 2 missed chances here, there, and everywhere. But it's setting a platform to be on the big stage tomorrow.
That's right. Here's Maz again. This time, oh, that's beautifully balled. Leaving the right-hander.
Yeah, it's been a good pitch. I think the bowlers are really feeling good running up on this turf. There's live grass on the pitch. We had a look during the interval.
That's right, yep.
Yes.
And, looks very good for the fast bowlers. And we can see, even the first game, the way it panned out, stuck to the good line and length, the Chicago catchers, and made sure everything was done and dusted inside that first inning itself. Here goes Maz again, this time onto the front foot. Guides it towards the 3rd man region. 3 deliveries going in that cordon. Another single taken.
Yes, indeed. And like I said, we have to give it to the head creator there, Milton Taylor, and Tony Singh and the boys, doing a very good job, keeping the square in immaculate condition. When the ball runs downhill, it's always a challenging chase. More often than not, the ball wins the foot chase.
That's right. It teases you. Again, that short stuff. This time couldn't quite get it past that fielder at backward point.
Yeah, the batsman had to hurry there. That was a pacey delivery. It rushed him. He came down the net, but can't get it past the backward point. Good stuff here.
It's a good start to the over for Mas Khurram. His bowled 5 deliveries, has conceded just 3 singles. Good start to his spell.
Yes, the boundaries have dried up. Maybe it's brought the Eagles some luck, where the boundaries have dried up.
He's going great guns at the moment. Tamim, Sik, Rory, those 2 maximums. And again, watchfully played towards. Was looking for a single, was denied by the non-striker, sent back, and rightly so.
Wisely, because that point area is a busy area. Oftentimes you put your better fielder there, the sharper fielder in that position, and that's the end of a good over. 57 for 1, which indeed is the latest score here at the Broward County Stadium.
For 1 it is after 7 overs, going at 8.14. Projected is 163 if they continue to go the way they are going at the moment. Looks like it's going to be Husnain Bukhari who comes into bowl now.
Yes, well, we've seen one upset this morning. I can call it out loud without trying to sugarcoat it. The Lions, they rode their way to 4 wins in a row. And this morning, when they thought they would have rolled over the Chicago Catchers, they were caught. Instead of catching the catchers, they were caught and they were penned in the Lions' den. Unfortunate though, I always believe that you would have won your preliminary rounds. You should get a chance to come back and perhaps play the winner of this match to make it to the finals tomorrow.
Talking about the qualifier and the eliminator kind of process.
Yes.
Right, here goes Husnain Bukhari. Loopy ball, leg spinner.
That one getting some bite there, some good purchase from the pitch there. He was poking at it. There's a slip attacking. So
that's right, here he goes again. Husnain, this time tossed up, trying to go after him. Couldn't quite get the connection right. Well, there's another shot conference there in the middle between the slip fielder and the bowler.
Yeah, he missed it because I thought his feet was anchored in cement. He needed to just come across just an inch or so, and he would have caught up with that. But he just stayed and had a whack at it. Missed it. Dot.
This time he helps it over. Has that got enough to go all the way? That's taken in the deep. Good catch. And New York Yorkers have lost Nicholson in the process. He went through with the shot. Was beautifully held in the end. They've dropped a couple. Not this time, Henry.
No, not at all. It was a good catch. He waited and he waited. He was about 3/4 the way to the boundary. So at least he knew that he wasn't going to sweep all the way to the boundary. He cheated the boundary there a little bit. And wicket number 2 goes, scoring 57 for 2.
That's right, they'll have to try and be a bit mindful here, a bit watchful rather. Because over number 7 to over number 15 is where you would like to pace your innings and set yourself up for the final 5. Wickets in hand could be premium for New York Yorkers' perspective.
Yes, these 2 wickets came relatively quickly, so they're making some inroads now. In the first match, we would have realized all of the Lions' wickets would have fallen, and they fell short by a long way. Early in the day, the New Yorkers were sent in because DC Eagles won the toss and decided that they will field first and they'll do the chasing. In other words, they'll chase twice. They're going to chase balls in the field and they're going to chase runs at the back end.
That's right. The main man for New York Yorkers in this tournament's perspective, Anirban Majumdar, the leading run scorer, is out there in the middle, joining Tamim Sukrori, who's going great guns. A good start for Husnain Bukhari as well. Picked up the wicket. This time again tossed up, worked away towards the onside. Will be a comfortable single.
So Bukhari showing his whiz. He would have scored a century. Bukhari, 112. Got out just before they got to the target score. But here is with ball in hand and already making inroads into the New York Yorkers.
That's right, just 1 run conceded and a wicket taken. This time tossed up, goes straight up. Has that got far enough? Yes, it has. Goes all the way for a maximum.
Yes.
Tamim Sukrori is taking this to absolute cleaners here.
Yes, indeed. I'm telling you, that was a good hit, good sounding of the willow there. And he came towards us. For a moment, I thought we would have been in some danger. That was a good hit.
That's right, that's third for him. What looked like it was going Husnain Bukhari's way up until that point. Tamim Sukrori hits him for a maximum. 64 is what they've got themselves to. Still got a ball in the 8th over. Going just over 8 at the moment.
Well, he has worked his way to 38 from 25, so he's going at a good clip.
That's right, here goes Husnain again. Sets himself up and knocks him over. A quicker one perhaps. And no chance whatsoever for the batsman. Gets his stumps rattled and Bukhari strikes for the second time in the over. And there's one happy captain out there in the middle.
Yes, indeed. Well, 1 brings 2, 2 brings 3. And Bukhari, you can't keep him out of the game. Taking 2 wickets in the over. Let's have a look. Quicker one. Lord Trajectory was on the back foot. Squared him up. Centre pole and knocked back.
It's going great guns. Tamim Sukrori. And completely against the run of play. New York Yorkers have lost a crucial wicket.
Yes, well, we still have skipper Lendl Simmons in the hut to come, so we will watch and wait and see if they can carry on from a good partnership. As a matter of fact, they had 31 for the first wicket, and then we would have realized wicket number 2 went when the score was on 57. No, 54, 52, and 64.
That's right, and out comes Sumit Verma. I'm going to put you on the spot again, Henry. How do they approach here from over number 9 to over number 15? Would they try and just get those 1s and 2s, keep the scoreboard ticking, or just try and keep hitting it out of the park?
Well, with 2 relatively new batters at the crease, they've got to work those singles, turn dots into 1s into 2s, and the odd boundary will come along. So they've had to build a partnership right here, get a launching pad for over number 16, 17, with only 3 or maybe 4 wickets at worst. Then they can really go for broke to make maybe 170, 180.
Would you think they'll be happy with that projected score? 160 is what it shows at the moment with the way they are going.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So I gave them even a little bit more. If they can build a partnership here and keep it going as it's going, they'll get to about 170, 180, giving them all the chance in the world to be in the big square tomorrow.
That's right. Here's Maskoram back with his second. Touch shorter, tucked in. It's good bowling. Had a very good start to his spell. Just conceded 3 in the first over. Probably that was the over that created a little bit of pressure on Tamim Sukrori to try and take on the spinner.
Yes, well, that was a pacey delivery there, and he had the batter just getting small. And now they're employing a slip because they realize that the ball is really coming on. This is a good pitch.
That's right, we've been there just before the toss. Had some live grass this time, trying to go over. Couldn't quite get anything. We've got a slip in play now. Has a look at the batsman on his way back, the bowler, Maskoram.
But he was driving that one really hard, so if he had to take it in a slip, he's got to really take it coming at him at pace.
That's right, another good start to the over. 2 dots. First 2 deliveries, trying to peg them back. It's come down to 7.68 now.
Yes.
Here goes Mars again. Shuffles this time again. Couldn't quite get the connection right.
It would have been a good shot once he made connection, because the square fielder is at point, and all the fielders on the offside are within the circle, not even on the circle. They're just preventing one. So he just had to get some willow on it. We have the short extra cover in Hasif. He's preventing one. He's not even back on the circle. Let's see if he's going to pedal back to the circle, because he's putting up his fine leg and he's sending back the long off. So you realize the batter is trying to get some willow onto this. He's fresh at the crease, but nonetheless, this is in there.
That's in the air, chance now, fielder circling underneath
drop.
it, and Asif has dropped it. It was in the air for eternity almost. Well, if it's high up in the air and you see a fielder circling underneath it, you know it's in for a big trouble.
And I knew he wasn't gonna take it, because he was up in the circle preventing the single. If he was back on the circle, he would have just stood there and taken it. But the one-arm bandit came out, and that was a stroke from the one-arm bandit. Didn't get a hold of it, but he's trying to go for broke, really. He just came to the wicket, and he's not listening to us. We say work the singles, but he's going for glory.
Maybe time to get those earpieces passed on to him.
Yes. But that's good bowling. And like I said, again, Hasif is just preventing one. He's not back on the circle. He had to run. It was a difficult chance. He was always having to come in when the ball is running in, and had to stop and turn. There goes a slip out of there, and now he gets a 4. Imagine that.
That's right, and a timely boundary in the over. First 3 deliveries going bowler's way. A drop chance, which was tough. Conceded a couple, and this one, thickish outside edge towards the third man, giving no chance whatsoever for the fielder trying to cut that down.
Cricket is unkind. The slip fielder was moved and gone to silly mid-on, and as soon as we would have moved out, edged, went his way down to the boundary, fine for 4. There's a third man, but it was so fine that slip would have gobbled it up.
That's right. I just say it was a bit deliberate in the end.
Yeah, of course. The batter have to get the benefit of that doubt. There's no slip.
That's right. This time again, trying to gently squeeze towards the third man region. Get through for a single to end that over. An eventful one.
Yes, very interesting over. Very interesting over. Just about everything happened in that over. We saw the drop chance. It was a difficult one. I'm going to tell you, if you're trying to prevent a single, trying to keep a batter on strike, as Hasif was in short extra cover, he was walking in with the bowler, and then when that ball looped in the air, he had to now stop, turn, had to look to see where that ball was. He did well to get there, because the ball was still going away from him. It's not an easy chance.
That's right, and always difficult looking over your shoulder, trying to put in a dive and then get a hold of it. Well, tried in the end by the skipper. Looks like it's going to be Hussain Bukhari. It's going to come on for his second over.
Well, I call him the man with the golden arm now. He would have showcased his ways with the bat when he got an impressive 112 for the DC Eagles when the last time he was in the square. And now he's doing it with the ball. Do you think he's going to have enough in the tank just in case the run chase would require his batting?
Well, I think he's done well with the ball, so that might just give the sort of encouragement when he comes out with the bat. You never know, because he's got one thing that every batsman would dream of, that is form. If you can manage 112 in 60 odd deliveries, then you are in with some serious chance. Right, here goes Hasnain. A touch shorter. Prods forward.
And yes, it was a proud moment for him. I had a chit-chat with him after the game. This is his debut in the US Open, so he's making 100 on debut, and he's counting his centuries. He said, I've got 5 centuries other than this, so this would have been his 6th century.
And this time just lets it go through. We've got a slip in place. sticking to his line and length here, Husnain Bukhari.
Yeah, they're in search of wickets. So I always say that if you're going to have men in the circle, why not put one where you can get a wicket as well?
This time goes over, inside out, chance, no, 1-2 bounces and over the rope for another 4.
A good looking shot, inside out. They always look good when they come off. Let's have a look. There it is. He stayed for the pose as well. As it goes, 1 bounce 4. So let's see if the slip is still going to be employed, because they're still going at a good clip, and the projected score here is still 158. And like I said, runs on the board is runs on the board. They've worked their way to 75 for the loss of 3 wickets. We're into over number 10, just about at the halfway mark.
That's right, it going just a shade under 8. 158 is the projected. This time again, trying to work that one towards the onside. A good length rather. He's taking the ball away from the right-hander. He's got 12 of 11. Anirban Majumdar. Sumit Verma hasn't faced a ball yet. Here's Husnain again, this time driven down the ground. It'll only be a single.
Well, they're persisting with the slip, and even with the left hander, they're still going to attack him with the slip. So they're going to give him a single in the onside if he wants it. So I guess the ploy is to bowl it across him and let him try to play across it to get that single in the onside, because the closest man in the onside is the fine leg up in the circle. After that, we have boundary riders, wide long on, mid wicket, and deep backward square leg. So single is on the cards for him to get off the mark.
That's right. Here's again, watchfully played, going for a quick single. Will make it with ease. Back comes the throw. So that's going to be the end of the over. We are halfway through. 77 for 3 it is.
Well, this one is playing hide and seek here with us. Of course, we're coming to you Broward County Stadium. That's exactly where we're broadcasting from. This is an ICC approved venue, so the players who are showcasing their ways here are really trying to make a name for themselves. Hopefully the scouts are out. In this tournament, there are quite a few youngsters, especially coming out of the West Indies. Some Jamaicans, I think some 6 of them, and from Trinidad as well. And I think it's good for the tournament, because some of these guys don't get a chance to showcase their ways at home on the television.
It's a brilliant avenue for all the players coming from all across the world to try and showcase their talent. A huge shout out to the organizers of the event, who've made sure it's conducted in the best way possible, giving an opportunity for everybody. And we've seen some brilliant cricket right throughout the last 8-9 days here.
Yes, well, you're not missing any cricket, because Hasif is back, and you know what it calls for? It calls for the helmet.
That's right, and it's bowled 3 overs, none for 22. Had a couple of chances created.
Was unlucky in his spell, yes.
Could have been in some trouble, NY Yorkers, just in case if they were held up. Right, here goes Asif coming round. This time just takes a step forward and nudges towards the offside. Another dot ball. They'll have to try and curtail those dot balls here, Henry, because convert those dots into 1s or 2s maybe. Try and take those runs towards maybe about 110, round about 15 overs, and last 5 overs you can just go for the kill.
Yeah, that's it. But we have to give the fielding team some credit. That was good aggressive fielding If he had stayed back on the circle, it would have been an easy single. But he was walking in with the bowler for starters, and then when the ball came his way, he attacked the ball. So all these should be highlights for the youngsters. You can attack the ball, pivot. Oh, here it is again. Busy area between the point and short wide third man. You've got to have one of your better fielders there.
That's right, and again, that line, that length, absolutely magic from Mohammad Asif. Just making sure he stays there and thereabout, gives no width whatsoever, making the batsman try new things. He's stepping out at times, trying to make those trigger moments going.
Yeah, well, these dots are building pressure, so let's see. They say pressure burst pipe.
That's right, here goes Asif again. This time again gets it wide of that fieldsman. There's a third man in place. It'll only be a single.
And is it going to be a no ball? Or is that no? He had his hand out, but I'm not seeing the.
It was just like maybe a wave towards one of the fielders down there in the deep.
Yes, or maybe his umpire. He was waving something to his umpire. Maybe he was in that direction, but nonetheless, well, as far as the score is concerned, it was just a single.
That's right. It's 78 for 3. 3 more balls for Asif in his spell. Can he try and produce a moment of magic? Maybe take Hanirman on his way.
Well, he's on lucky 13.
Here's Asif. Hanirman goes through with it. Kane misses out on that one. He's tried and played a few, but he has missed out on more than one occasion here, Henry.
Yeah, the stroke looks good, but he's hitting air. He have got to hit that 5.5 ounce leather. Yeah, things the ones have dried up, and now the projected score has gone beneath 150. I think it's gone to 146. So there's quite a few dots already between these two batters.
That's right, here's Asif again. This time gets an edge. Only be a single. Another very good over from DC Eagles. This time the skipper showing the way. Just 2 runs conceded of the first 5 legal deliveries.
Yes, good tight gripping stuff here. And that's what you want. You don't want it to be like a runaway freight train. Give yourself a chance. You won the toss this morning. You're trying to bowl your 20 or trying to knock them over, get those 10 wickets without they having to realize any big total on the board.
That's right. Last ball of his spell. Again, chances down. A throw comes in, misses everybody. Will they go for an overthrow? Decides against it.
Excellent over there by the skipper. And he has the Eagles in a chokehold at this time. No, the New Yorkers, I beg your pardon.
That's right, and a very good performance going at run a ball.
No.
Right, 11 overs completed, 79 for 3 it is, going at 7.18 in over. They continue to go the way they are at the moment. Projected score is 144. Would that be enough? That's a very difficult question to answer at this point in time, as Hossein Bukhari is back for his third. 2 for 13 his return.
Yes, doing well. The sun has left us. I don't think no immediate threat of rain or anything, but we have cloudy skies. We started this morning with real blue skies, and now we are covered.
That's right, here goes Hossein. Trigger first up. Go through for a quick single. Has to try and get that fielding done of his own bowling.
Yes, he looked like a real athlete there. They're giving up a single right there, so I don't think he was trying to really prevent the single. He was trying to prevent two, because the men coming in from the deep, but now they're gonna try to prevent the one, bringing in the extra cover up in the circle, and he's not gonna stay on the edge either. He's gonna cheat it a little bit, so he's not there for the one. He's there for the catcher. He's there to prevent the single.
This point in time, something has got to give here. Here's Sumit Verma, takes a heave at it and misses the line of the ball completely. Stumps knocked over again. Hussain Bukhari picks up his third of the afternoon, and what an inspiring performance this is turning out to be from him.
Yes, you miss, I hit. Let's have a look. Oh, nicely flighted, and he took an eternity waiting for him. Center pole, knocked over, knocked back. I'm telling you, this man Bukhari, you can't keep him off the square. He's a happy man, having scored the lone century of this tournament, and now he's making some inroads into the New Yorkers. Here comes skipper Lyndall Simmons.
That's right. The main man is out there in the middle. 2 times world champion Lyndall Simmons, the skipper of the New York Yorkers, in the middle to join Anirban Majumdar.
Yes, he's coming in at number 6, so he would want to stay there to the end. It's quite a long way to go still. It's 20 overs. We still have 8.4 overs to go in this contest, so if he stays there, I don't think he would want to do too much running, so maybe we'll see him wheel the willow and get a couple of boundaries. But that's what dots do to you. The pressure came from Hasif's last over, where only 2 runs came from the over. So now they're searching for runs. They're pressuring the fielders. Normally they lay back on the 30-yard circle giving up 1, but Hasif would have none of that. He's in for the single. He had 4 men in the circle, and they were all preventing 1.
That's right. The first 6 overs fetched in excess of about 9 in over, and from there on, runs have just dried up. Here goes Hussain again. This time, Lyndall works it towards the onside. It'll only be a single. Gets himself off the mark.
Yes, he looks confident playing that shot into the onside, getting off the mark, and this time they were not preventing him from getting 1. Would that be respect for the young man? I would imagine so. They were preventing that single, and they just let him get off strike, or tactics. Let's bowl at the other batters and get him off strike.
A trigger first up, goes downtown once again. Has he got enough? No, he hasn't. Held down in the deep. An important wicket in the context of the game. Anirban Majumdar is dismissed for 15. 2 in the over once again for Hussain Bukhari.
That's what you call good captaincy. We're going to give Lyndall Simmons the single, spread the field apart. Let's go bowl at the other batter. The very next delivery, look at the catch. With all the confidence in the world, he was stationed there at the long on boundary just for that. And wicket number 5 goes with the score 81 for 5.
They look to be in the driver's seat at the moment. Have been pegged back, and how been some inspiring bowling from Hussain Bukhari, fresh from 100 in the previous game he played, and this time rolling his arm over and just taken the New Yorkers completely out of this game. Might be too early to give that a call, but the way it's going about, they are in spot of bother at the moment.
Yes, but with the skipper, experienced Lyndall Simmons, they're sporting that orange helmet. I think he would marshal his troop to a decent score. That's my bet. But right now, with the bowling of Bukhari, I think they would want to have none of him.
That's right. The new man in,
Now,
Siddhartha Roju.
and look at this. They're going to pressure him in the onside as well. We have 2 slips. And now here comes the man who was on the mid-wicket boundary. He comes into a mid-off and still attacking. He's not on camera, but look at this. Look at the slips. This is a 2020 match, folks. It's not Test cricket. It's not first-class cricket.
That's right. Here goes Hussain again. Oh, beautifully bowled. those slip and the gully was called into action straight away.
Beaten the man with big gloves right on hand to take that one as he beats the batter. This is pressure.
This is pressure stuff as
Yes.
Husnain with the last ball of the over. Gain back of the hand. Came into the batsman, missed that line completely. And there you see a chuckle coming from the first slip from the skipper, Mohammad Asif. They've turned this game on its head here, Henry.
Yes, because we have done just that with ball in hand. And like I said again, the pressure came from the skipper, Hasif, with a ball that over for 2. Ever since then, it seems as if, well, Linda Simmons has reached. So I cannot just say, well, they've lost all confidence and all hopes of putting a good total on the board. They were told to bat. They accepted the invitation to bat. So the New Yorkers, they're going to really, really try to get a good score on board, because I don't think their bowling is going to really, really trouble the Eagles. The reason I'm saying that, Bukawi seemed to me the man of the moment.
That's right. And Safdar is back into the attack for his second. Was a touch expensive this time. Short cut away. Beautifully done. Beats the fielder. Good diving effort in the end. Back for the second.
No, that's a good stroke. Is that Simmons' strike? Yes, that's Lyndon Simmons. I was saying that's a proper shot. I thought it was the new man there, Gonduri. Again, he's late cutting. Can't beat him on in the 45 up in the circle in the offside. That's a dot.
Was a touch expensive in the first over. Safdar conceded 2 massive sixes to Tamim Sukrodi. Here's him again, bowling to Lyndon Simmons. Just knocks towards the cover fieldsman. No run taken. Just 2 off the first delivery. Good over so far from DC Eagles' perspective. We'll have to try and finish this off on a good note. This time goes along the ground. It'll only be a single.
Yes, Lyndon's first signs of aggression from him there. Driving out to a wide long off just for the singles. Strolling single. But they're not attacking Lyndon Simmons. Now they're going to attack the new batter with a slip.
He's been rightly involved from the very first ball. Mohammad Asif has been making those changes consistently. Every time you see a new batsman come in, he's got those fielders moving in.
Good cricket. Ooh, that's a bad miss by the skipper Hasif. And gave away 2 runs there. It was a good stroke, but he was there, like I said, to prevent the single or to snap a catch. And he went straight through him like a strainer.
That's right. Or maybe do I say a nutmeg?
Yes.
And here goes Safdar with his last ball. This time watchfully played, and that's given! Looked like for a moment he got something on it, but that was straight on the pads, right in front, pretty adjacent. And the umpire gives the nod of approval. Number 6 departs for New Yorkers.
Yes, he was trying to work this one from about middle and leg. Let's have a look. Nicely flighted. And here it is. Foot was plumb in front of the sticks. Umpire had no hesitation in sending him on his way. Lyndon Simmons at the other end can just have a look and saying, well, I can't even ask you to refer it upstairs. That seemed to be pretty much adjacent.
That's right, 13 overs bowled. It's 86 for 6 as Suraj Sipal comes out in the middle to join the skipper, Lyndon Simmons.
And what a comeback. It was 54 for the first wicket, 57 when the second wicket would have fallen, then 64 for 3, 80 for 4, 81 for 5, 86 for 6. That's exactly where we stand now at over number 13.
It's been a very good bowling display so far from DC Eagles. They would definitely want to finish this as soon as possible. Try and wrap this up because still got 7 overs to go. And when you've got somebody like Lyndon Simmons out there in the middle, You don't want to take any chances. Try and wrap things up and keep them to maybe 120 or 125.
Yes, I think that'll be a day's work, only a day's work if they just keep him to about 120, 125. But right now, the projected score is 132. It came from 170 odd. So these middle overs have really worked well for the DC Eagles.
So all going down south from New Yorker's perspective. He goes big. Has he got the connection right? Looks like the fielder is coming underneath it. A couple of bounces. It'll only be a single. He's looking to go after the bowling, Lyndall Simmons.
Yes, he thought it was there in the slot. It came off the outer portion of the bat, but those boundary riders are right back on the boundary, and it fell just about 3/4 way. The boundaries are 70 meters, so it's a full boundary. A lot of times we pull the boundary in to get big scores in 20 over cricket, but this time they have to go full blown all the way if they want to hit sixes here in this match. This time, ooh, he hits him and given. He covers up. I think he would have hit him outside the off stump. He has not moved.
That's right, and umpire just nods his head and raises his finger.
We'll have a look. He's outside the off stump, and you can see all the sticks behind him from our vantage point. Once you hit outside the off stump playing a stroke, the chances are you should be given the benefit of the doubt. But the umpire decides, yes, I believe he would have knocked the poles over. It's just that I'm saying I thought it would have been outside the off stump. Cricketing rules, laws of cricket.
That his innings is pretty much short-lived, has been blown away, and it's been a 5-star performance for Hussain Bukhari. 5 for 16 his returns, and what a performance it has been from him.
Well, getting a 5-4. 4-4 is normally the coveted prize because you're only bowling 4 overs. So if you get a 4-4, that's noted. Here he is getting a 5-4. That's what you raise your hands and take your helmet off for when you're bowling in ODIs. A 5-4.
Still he hasn't finished yet. Still got 4 deliveries left.
Yeah, exactly. And he still have 3 wickets to go, so he can perhaps get 8.
That's being greedy, I would say.
Well, it's a possibility he can get 8 and get a cap trick.
Being over-optimistic, may I call it.
But it seems he can do no wrong. Last time up, he wheeled Willow to 112, got out just in the last over before they would have got to the winning total. And here he is with ball in hand, showing his all-round skills.
What's gone wrong with New Yorkers? Because they're going along really nicely up until the power play.
Yeah.
And it looks like they've just lost the plot in the end.
Yeah, it was 54 for the first wicket. I know they hit 87 for 7. Flight Eddie comes forward, appeal outside the off stump. He send him. Oh, that's outside the stump. That is outside the off stump. See all the stumps playing a shot?
He's standing there in complete dismay.
Yes, the ball hitting outside the off stump. Playing a shot. Cricketing rules. Not out. Ball hit him out. You have to. I'm going to say. Yes, remember you have to get hit between wicket and wicket. And I thought he was playing a shot with his foot outside of the off stump, playing a shot. And he's done a hat trick. And you said I was being greedy, but I could very well be onto something. There goes his 6th wicket.
That's right, and the batsman clearly doesn't seem to be happy at all as he take that long walk back to the dugout. Lyndall has walked with him. He's trying to signal something to the dugout. Maybe who should come in next. Still got 2 wickets left. 6 overs remain after this one. What's a pragmatic score from here on, Henry? One happy bunch of guys. DC Eagles, a happy bunch of players. Look like Yorkers would just run away with it. The kind of power play they had. 1 wicket and 50 odd runs, and from there on has been one-way traffic. Wickets falling left, right and centre, falling like 9 pins.
Well, umpire Charlie is a leg spinner googly bowling. Oh, let's have a look. We're having it here again, outside the off stump.
That was the first one.
Yes, the second one is still further outside the off stump.
You could look at the leg stump from there.
Yeah, of course, you can see all these stumps behind him.
Right, Hasnain Bukhari is on a hat-trick. Got a slip, a gully, a leg slip. Here goes. Has he dropped it? Did he get in that inside edge or not? And there's a bat on that one.
Well, we'll have a look. Did he get a bat on that? Oh, let's have a look. We slow it down. We look. Here comes the bat. No, the pad. Came off the pad.
It came off the pad, yes.
Came off the pad. Came off the pad.
They all went up straight away.
Yeah, well, if they would have gone for the LBW, who knows? They went up for the catch.
Absolutely right.
Well,
and again, this time just knocks it down. Again, gingerly played. Baliram Nayak not enjoying his time out there in the middle. Hasnain Bukhari is just turning things in their favour. Has turned things in their favour completely. We're all building up for 2 exciting encounters. The way it has panned out, it's just been one-sided affair. This time short. Should that be a wide?
yeah, with a quicker delivery, he tried to paste that one, seam it in. If it was edge, those fielders close in would have been in a spot of bother, because he was quite pacey.
Just trying to catch him by surprise there,
Yes.
Hasnain Bukhari. And again, this time spinning away from the batsman.
What an over. Over number 14 has brought drama. All the 8s on the board. 88 for 8. Mm. "88 for 8, which indeed is the latest score here at the Broward County Stadium.
Right, Safdar back into the attack, continuing with his third. Picked up a wicket in this last over. Can he try and take Lyndall Simmons, the only one standing in between New Yorkers and DC Eagles? Simon Simmons, beg your pardon, drives it.
Simmons is gonna try to take as many of these deliveries. That could have been a single, but you can see he was not interested. He was opening up his shoulders there. I think he's gonna go for glory.
Right, moves back, goes over, well over. Should be a boundary, it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's gonna go for broke. He's gonna try to farm the strike now with 8 wickets down. He's backing away outside the leg stump. The bowler followed him, but he knew what he had in mind. He was aiming at over extra cover, and he did that with ease. He's an experienced cricketer. He has played at the highest level for the West Indies. Now he's trying to marshal his troop. They're just 8 away from 100. They've labelled their way to 92.
That's right. not just at the highest level, has played globally.
Yes.
PSL, IPL, been 2 times world champion.
Yes. 2020 cricket for the West Indies. Followed in the footsteps of his uncle, Phil Simmons, who is coaching Bangladesh, and his uncle would have coached Bangladesh to history. They gave the West Indies yesterday a clean sweep. Clean sweep.
That's right, here goes Sufter again. This time, again moves back.
Outside the leg stump. You're not asking for that ABW, pal. They're appealing for everything. This time, Lindell stayed there with about six stump going down the leg side, and they appeal.
That's right. Will he try and take a 1 here, or would rather want to go after the bowling and then maybe
Yes.
just turns it? Oh, send back, send back.
Yes, he was trying for the 1. He was trying for the 1. But how many deliveries? 1 legal delivery? I think this is where he's going to go for the 1 now. Either 1 or 4 or 6. But I think he would want the 1. Yes, he played for the 1. Definitely. That ball was in the slot and he just gently played for the 1. So, pal, you just have to keep company for Lindell Simmons. So let's give you a rundown here in terms of the wicket. The power play yielded some 54 runs. There were 31 for 1. That's when the first wicket fell. Second wicket fell when the score was on 57. Third wicket fell at 64. Fourth at 80. Fifth at 81. Sixth at 86. Then 87 for 7, and the 8th wicket fell on 87 when Bukhari was on a hat-trick. So we're standing right now at 93 for 8. We're into over number 16. This should have been the party hour, where the set batters would have been probably having a good swing. But we're going to have some fast bowling back in swing now.
That's right, it's going to be Uzair Siddiqui back into the action.
Well, Siddiqui with 1 wicket under his belt, he's taking some 1 for 17. He has to contend with Lindell Simmons, who intend to farm the strike from the last over. He would have realized 4 wickets fell around him.
That's right, and here's Simmons on strike to Uzair Siddiqui. First ball, just lets it go through.
Yeah, he had some sideways movement there. Once his pitch, he would have left him. There's no slip employed, so almost like a banana.
That's right, and that's going to be the plan from here on, from Simmons' perspective, because out of the 29 deliveries, would want to make sure first that they play out all the available balls they have, plus the maximum, the majority should be faced by Simmons.
Yes. He's covering up, doesn't want the single. Early in the innings, he's not going to play for the single, so it'll be, if I were those fielders in the ring, I'll just take the 30-yard circle. He's not going to run a single in the 30-yard circle.
Maybe we'll try and entice the batsman to go after the bowling and produce a false shot out of somewhere.
Yes. So we might as well tell you the boundary riders, because in case he goes big, you have a deep back square leg mid wicket and long on. We have long off and we have a cover sweeper. Those are the boundary riders. Extra cover, point, 45 in the offside and a 45 in the onside as well.
Let's try. Here goes Uzair again. Again, lets it go through.
Disciplined cricket here from Lindell Simmons. Dots are like gold dust here, but he's not going to gift his wicket away, so he's concentrating. He's going to wait for the loose one. Like you said, first of all, he wants to bat all of the overs. You can see the approach right now, because he could have gone after that. He was there to maybe slap, but he decides his shoulder arms and allow it to go through.
That's right, and the fact that Asif has bowled out is just going to be Uzair. Maybe Maz has got an over left. Who do they bowl? That's the question. Comes down the track this time, trying to squeeze it.
He refuses the single. There's not going to be a single until the 5th or the 6th delivery, pal. That was just 4 deliveries, so he's not going to expose you to 2 deliveries. Maybe 1. Maybe 1. So 2 to go. He needs a boundary in this over.
That's right, and maybe he would just walk up to the non-striker and say, you know what, I'll do the thinking for both of us.
Yes. Let's look at the shot.
Comes down and goes over. Has he got enough connection?
Nope.
Fielder takes it. Brilliant catch in the end. What a catch that is. Absolutely marvelous. A huge wicket. With still 4 overs to go. New Yorkers have lost their captain here, Henry.
Yeah, I knew he was going to go here. That's what I told you. Look at this. Hit the shot. He's going to go after it. Refuse the single. It was the 5th delivery. I knew he was going to go after it. So wicket number 9 goes there. Started really well and then they fell apart. Well, the winner stays and the loser goes home. That's where we are. This is the second semi-finals. Chicago Catchers are waiting for tomorrow's match on the finals. They're waiting the winner of this match. So far 93 is on the board for 9 wickets by the New Yorkers. The Eagles winning the toss and inserted in the New Yorkers, and they really worked their way up to a nice 54 when the first wicket fell, and ever since that they've lost their way.
That's right, and a very good bowling performance from DC Eagles. Hussain Bukhari being the main architect of the bowling department. Of course, some very good fielding positions. Asif was right on money with his changes.
Yes, and his field placing as well. I see Hasif, he would have dropped the catch, but like I said, I explained it. I'll do it again for those who are looking. I would not fault him. He came in to prevent the single. He was walking in with the bowler. Then he had to stop, look to see where that ball was, turn, and the ball was always going away from him as the breeze was blowing from west to east. And he made a valiant effort. He was even lucky to get a hand onto it. So it was a difficult chance. Apart from that, he can do no wrong. His field placing has been immaculate. The bowlers has stuck to the task. It's just for the batters now to really come good. But Bukhari, he's the man of the day. 6 for 15 in his 4 overs.
That's right. Here's Uzair Siddiqui. It's going to be a wide down the leg side. Easy call for the umpire. John Russ Chagashar is out there in the middle. Here's Baliram Naik, the man on the non-striker's end, who's been devoid of strike much in the last couple of overs.
Yes.
We just might go on and say, you know what, here's my chance now to try and free my arms a little bit. Zaid with the last ball. Turns away on the pads. It's going to be a leg bye. It's going to be end of over number 16. It's 95 for a loss of 9 wickets.
Well, we saw the departure of Lendl Simmons. He was trying to farm the strike. He refused 2 singles in that over, and on the 5th delivery he decided to go gung-ho, but it came off the outer portion of the bat. But it was a good catch. It was a good tumbling catch in the extra cover.
Looks like it's going to be Safdar back into the attack to bowl out now. 1 for 24 from 3 for him. Went for 2 massive sixes in the very first over he bowled from the other end. And it's been a very good comeback from him as well.
Yes, indeed. Well, the sun is out with us. I just was saying we were hovering with clouds hanging all over the stadium. Now we have blue skies. What a world.
Turns away towards the onside. It'll only be a single. Gets himself on the mark here. Check it, sir. Now the target should be at least 110 from here on. Try and play out those 24 deliveries. Try and see how, give themselves a chance when they come out to bowl. There have to be something for the bowlers to aim at.
Yes, 119 psychologically, get over the 100 mark. I think.
Onto the pads.
This one, the batter. I'm sorry.
Signaling the bat there. Baliram Naik. Again, they went straight up.
Yes.
The ball hit the pads.
Early on, he said, "No, I strike it." The batter, make sure he showed the umpire how the bat was played. I'm using every inch of my bat. I'm using the side. I'm using the edges. I'm using everything. Here it is.
Not quite sure if there was an inside edge on that occasion, but the batter confirms and
Yes.
will take his word.
The umpire did not send him. That's what matters. This time he's working it on the onside for the single.
That's right, and Baliram Naik finally gets off the mark. Has been there for quite a while, but has consumed only 5 deliveries so far. And for 26, 16.3, 97. That 100 should be the first target for these two out there in the middle. Again, rocks onto the back foot. A loud appeal there. Down the leg side for sure.
For sure, down the leg side. Even the keeper was butting down the squealing umpire, going down the leg side to collect that one. But they're appealing for everything. Let's have a look. Pitches. Going down the leg side. Look at the wicket keeper. He's saying, I'm going down. Plus, it's getting up over those sticks. Down the leg side.
Time tries to heave it towards the onside again, targeting that mid-wicket region. Didn't get any part of bat on it. There's been good returns for Syed Safdar. 1 for 26. Can he just try and knock the tail over? Again, not getting the connection he desired. He'll only get a single. You just want to make sure the tail doesn't wag at the end, because they try and connect 2 or 3 lusty blows, might just get themselves to about 120 or something. Pretty sure I'm being very over optimistic here, but they'll take it.
With just the 1 wicket to go, they've really made some inroads into the New York Yorkers. They really started well. They had a partnership of some 54. A good job. She haven't messed up. Well, welcome back, Jermaine. I can see that you're well relaxed. You had a stroll around the park. So medium paces is on. Oh, this time he hits him somewhere in the upper part of the body. That was a pacey. So are we gonna have a check? No, he's gonna man it out.
Good sharp bouncer there.
Yes.
Is it so much of a bouncer?
Yeah, hits him in the shoulder. Yes. A short pitch delivery. They're not attacking with a short leg, but they're attacking with a slip.
Yeah, Ivor Henry, happy to be back in the seat
yes,
here.
Sir Kong runs in now, bowls outside the off stump. He's pulling this one. He's beating mid on. Runs here for him. It's going to be one. It's going to be a relaxing 2 in the end.
Searching for the psychological 100.
Well, and I think that comes up at this time, 100 for 9. So psychologically, that should play on the minds of the DC Eagle. Bear in mind, they won the toss and decided that they will field first. They got into the New York Yorkers when they got the first wicket when the score was on 54. What's good going? But since then, they've got all of the 9 wickets. Last wicket fell on the score 93. And this time he's pulling. Not getting a good hold of it just for the one because deep backward square comes in. Prevents 2.
Yes, and they have to
It's a no ball. Oh.
and it's a no ball. Free hit. So, opportunity here to get some free runs. As I said, as in terms of Yorkers, they would feel like at a minimum they have something to bowl at. They know from here want some comfort, 110, 120, and they'll feel like it's okay.
Well, he goes in now with a free hit. The fielders can't move because they didn't want to single. He's pulling this one off his chest down to the deep backward square leg for 4. How did he get that done? Well, he had it in his mind. It's a free hit. I'm going to go hard.
Yes, a good shot in the end, getting inside that short delivery.
Yeah. Well, good shot because he got it off the bat, yes, but that was a 4 in the dark, I can tell you that. But nonetheless, it counts. 106 for 9. He knew that it was a free hit and he's going to go hard. He was right out of the middle of his chest. Bat came right in time coming across. And oftentimes when you're playing cross-batted, you miss.
Batting like a tail ender is Nyack, but he's connecting.
He connected and connected well, at least for a boundary. We haven't seen one of those in quite some time. So he comes in again and he bowls. And he's square driving and he's going to be another 4. Oh, glorious shot of the day.
Yes, indeed. Well put. Opportunity presented outside of a full effort of a delivery being tried here, but only succeeding getting his bat very late and in time and getting 4.
Oh, glorious. I'm saying, Lyndon Simmons saying, where were you when I needed you? I was refusing singles because the number 10 was in.
And as I was going to say earlier, it's a situation whereby DC Eagles has to be careful because if this goes over 120 of a total no, we have a match on our hand.
Well, there's one guy by the name of Bakari. Last time on the square, he would have made 112. And with ball in hand, this guy took unbelievable figures. 6 for 15. But we're back live here. He comes in outside the off stump. I think it's going to be off the mark. Yes, it is. Umpire Charlie spreads his arm, gets in his exercise, and says you have to reload and come again. The Nelson's on the board. What do we do?
Stand on 1.
Stand on 1 leg. There it is.
Alright. We're going to see how long you can remain.
Okay, he's going to see how long I remain with 1 leg. The Nelson is on the board, so I have to stand on 1 leg. The Nelson is on the board, I have to stand on 1 leg. And he's still on the board.
Indeed. Number runs off that delivery there.
German is sorry. You're a hard task master. You remember school days. Stand to the back of the class and stand on 1 leg.
I give you the opportunity to just do one more ball.
Okay, then I can sit. Okay.
If the score.
Okay.
Whether or not the score changes.
Okay, whether or not. Okay. Too kind. Number 44 is on his back as he runs away from us. Bowls outside the off stump. He's hitting this one high. There's a man down there. Would he get there? No. But there's one. They're taking 2 in the meantime. A good nice throw comes in 1 bounce to the wicket keeper. And now, thank you, Jermaine. I can sit. It's 113 for 9.
Yes, down from your Nelson stand. If I'm not mistaken, he died recently, umpire Nelson, maybe within the last 5 years.
Oh, okay. I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah. I remember that feature saying that he
passed away.
Shepherd that the standing on 1
the Nelson, yes.
Yes.
Yes, well, the objective here is for the New Yorkers to bat out the overs. That's number first and foremost on the card. They've started well, and they need to end well if they can survive and bat out the overs.
This year in semi-final 2 of the 2024 US Open Cricket Tournament, semi-final 1 went to the Chicago Catchers, who won their semi-final against the title favorites, LA Lions, defeating them by 8 wickets. It was the low-scoring affair. Earlier in the day, 71, the LA Lions were dismissed for, who were prior unbeaten after 4 matches. However, they played their worst game here in the semis, and the catchers made no mistake in reaching 77, I believe it was, for 2. And they're into the final, the Chicago Catchers, and looking to join them are one of these two teams. The New York Yorkers started fairly well, 54 without loss, faltered, and now they're trying to see if they can set a competitive total.
Well, Siddiqui it is who's coming in from the far end, and they bought his run. That was just a trial one, I could imagine, trying to get wicket number 10. They want to knock him over. Early in the day, they would have won the toss. They decided they'll field first. I'm going to chase runs. They started chasing runs, and after that, wickets started tumbling, and they were all on a high. Now they seem to be flat because a partnership is being built here as Siddiqui comes in now. Outside the house and bowled him! Innings closed, so they did not take it to the 20th over, take it to the penultimate over. So light camera actions. Inning close.
113, it is all out for the New York Yorkers. Will the score be enough in the second semifinal? There we go, final delivery, inside edge, and setting 114 runs for the DC Eagles unit. Who would have lost in the first preliminary round here to the Yorkers, but it's semifinal action now. And it's a total that is competitive. It's been led by 38. The opener, Tamin Rodi, got most runs, and he was best supported by Nicholas Singh, his opening partner, as we mentioned, 54 for the opening wicket. But after that, nobody else stood up, and it has been a solid bowling effort at the part of Mohamed Siddiqui. He took 3 for 18, as well as the leading wicket taker, Hussein Bukhari, 6 for 76. 6 for 17, as we mentioned earlier. So this is a wrap on the first half of the second semifinal of the USA Open 2024 16th edition tournament. It will be an interesting chase, relatively low scoring 113, but runs on the board is runs on the board. Jeremy Lanneman here, you're truly signing off, along with Ivory Henry. Join us on the other side.
MAQ Group International Investment Platform. Today, I'm excited to talk to you about something that can truly transform your investment game, real estate, and specifically, how MAQ Group is making it easier than ever before. Now, investing in real estate can be intimidating. There are so many questions: where to buy, when to sell, how to manage properties. It can be overwhelming, but that's where MAQ Group comes in. Imagine having a team of experts dedicated to your unique aspirations. At MAQ Group, that's exactly what you get. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, rent, or invest in $1 million business or small, we've got you covered. So let's break it down. First up, buying. Finding that perfect property can be like finding a needle in a haystack. But with MAQ Group, you have access to exclusive listings and insider knowledge that takes the guesswork out of the equation. Our team will find the perfect property that aligns with your investment goals, be it a luxury home or a commercial estate. Next, selling. Selling a property can be just as tricky. Pricing it right, marketing it effectively, and finding the right buyer, it's a lot. MAQ Group uses cutting-edge technology and market strategies to ensure your property not only sells quickly, but also fetches the best price. We handle everything from staging to negotiations, making the entire process stress-free for you. And finally, property management. Managing a property, especially multiple ones, can be a headache. But with MAQ Group's comprehensive management services, you can sit back and relax. Our team handles everything, from maintenance and tenant relations to financial reporting and compliance. It's like having a personal assistant for your property. So why choose MAQ Group? Because we're not just about transactions, we're about relationships. Our personalized services are tailored to meet your unique needs and aspirations. We're committed to turning your real estate vision into a reality. Don't just take my word for it, experience the MAQ Group difference yourself. Ready to make your next big investment move? Reach out to us today and let's make your real estate dreams come true. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share. MAQgroup.com.
cricket visionary, Muhammad Ahmad Qureshi, MAQ.
T20 Cricket Format. Credited with introducing the T20 Cricket format internationally. Broward County Cricket Stadium. MAQ relentless dedication brought Broward County Stadium to life, establishing it as a premier hub for cricket in the USA. US Open Cricket Tournament. Launched in 2009, this tournament has been pivotal in popularizing cricket in the US. Muhammad Ahmad Qureshi, a legacy beyond boundaries.
T20 tournament coin, called a coin or what do we call that? Medallion. Yeah. So thank you for your efforts. On the back side of it, it says thank you for your service. And to Broward County, we can't say enough for that. So thank you very much. So do a quick picture.
If you want luxury but desire smart investments, then let MAQ Group guide your property journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in property, MAQ Group has you covered. Worldwide, we offer a range of services tailored just for you. Looking for your next home, business, or want to investment? Our residential and commercial investment, we ensure you find the perfect profitable business or property. Our off-plan properties and expert market analysis promise lucrative opportunities. And for property owners, our management services handle everything, so you don't have to. With MAQ Group, you're not just getting a service, you're gaining a partner dedicated to your success. Trust, transparency, and a seamless experience from start to finish. Ready to begin your property journey? Visit us at www.macgroup.com and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
Attention cricket lovers. Your dream stadium is closer than you think. Welcome to MAQ Cricket Stadium in Delray Beach, Florida. Spread over a stunning 25 acres, it's the perfect place to bring your family and friends for a game of cricket or practice at our 3 top-notch nets. Want to learn cricket? We've got qualified coaches ready to help you master the game. And no worries about parking. We've got plenty of space. Hungry after the match? Grab some delicious halal food from our on-site food trucks. Got kids? They'll love our beautiful play area. Need a moment of peace? Visit our prayer room. MAQ Cricket Stadium is available for rent. Just give us a call at 561-441-0521. Make MAQ Stadium your go-to cricket spot. See you on the pitch.
MAQ Group International Investment Platform. Today, I'm excited to talk to you about something that can truly transform your investment game, real estate, and specifically, how MAQ Group is making it easier than ever before. Now, investing in real estate can be intimidating. There are so many questions: where to buy, when to sell, how to manage properties. It can be overwhelming, but that's where MAQ Group comes in. Imagine having a team of experts dedicated to your unique aspirations. At MAQ Group, that's exactly what you get. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, rent, or invest in $1 million business or small, we've got you covered. So let's break it down. First up, buying. Finding that perfect property can be like finding a needle in a haystack. But with MAQ Group, you have access to exclusive listings and insider knowledge that takes the guesswork out of the equation. Our team will find the perfect property that aligns with your investment goals, be it a luxury home or a commercial estate. Next, selling. Selling a property can be just as tricky. Pricing it right, marketing it effectively, and finding the right buyer, it's a lot. MAQ Group uses cutting-edge technology and market strategies to ensure your property not only sells quickly, but also fetches the best price. We handle everything from staging to negotiations, making the entire process stress-free for you. And finally, property management. Managing a property, especially multiple ones, can be a headache. But with MAQ Group's comprehensive management services, you can sit back and relax. Our team handles everything, from maintenance and tenant relations to financial reporting and compliance. It's like having a personal assistant for your property. So why choose MAQ Group? Because we're not just about transactions, we're about relationships. Our personalized services are tailored to meet your unique needs and aspirations. We're committed to turning your real estate vision into a reality. Don't just take my word for it, experience the MAQ Group difference yourself. Ready to make your next big investment move? Reach out to us today and let's make your real estate dreams come true. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share. It helps us out a lot and lets others discover how MAQ Group can simplify their real estate journey too. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy investing. Visit us on www.macgroup.com.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Celebrating a cricket visionary, Muhammad Ahmad Qureshi, MAQ.
T20 Cricket Format. Credited with introducing the T20 Cricket format internationally. Broward County Cricket Stadium. MAQ relentless dedication brought Broward County Stadium to life, establishing it as a premier hub for cricket in the USA. US Open Cricket Tournament. Launched in 2009, this tournament has been pivotal in popularizing cricket in the US. Muhammad Ahmad Qureshi, a legacy beyond boundaries.
Tournament coin, call it a coin or a, what would we call that? Medallion. Yeah. So thank you for your efforts. On the back side of it, it says thank you for your service. And to Broward County, we can't say enough for that. So thank you very much. So do a quick picture.
If you want luxury but desire smart investments, then let MAQ Group guide your property journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in property, MAQ Group has you covered. Worldwide, we offer a range of services tailored just for you. Looking for your next home, business, or want to investment? Our residential and commercial investment, we ensure you find the perfect profitable business or property. Our off-plan properties and expert market analysis promise lucrative opportunities. And for property owners, our management services handle everything so you don't have to. With MAQ Group, you're not just getting a service, you're gaining a partner dedicated to your success. Trust, transparency, and a seamless experience from start to finish. Ready to begin your property journey? Visit us at www.macgroup.com and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
Attention cricket lovers. Your dream stadium is closer than you think. Welcome to MAQ Cricket Stadium in Delray Beach, Florida. Spread over a stunning 25 acres, it's the perfect place to bring your family and friends for a game of cricket or practice at our 3 top-notch.
So welcome back, USA Open 2024 Cricket Championship here at the Broward Stadium in beautiful Lauderdale, Florida. We're here for semi-final number 2, second half on the way. Having been set a target of 114 to win. Can the DC Eagles get it? The New York Yorkers are already on the board. And they will feel as if they have something to bowl at. New York. This may not be an ideal score, less than 6 runs per over. But this is the game of cricket. And sometimes targets like this can be tricky. Especially if wickets begin to fall rapidly. Jeremy Lanneman here, along with co-commentator Ivory Henry.
Yes, well, it's good to be back. Went outside a little bit, got some fresh air. And had a little chit-chat there with Bukhari, and he's confident. Well, the batsman here trying to tug this one into the... I actually tugged it into the onside. He was trying to play it into the offside, coming from the under portion of the bat. Starting off with spin here, trying to defend 114 runs here. Comes all the way down to the boundary for... we're not getting the signal from them for runs, so he got some will onto that.
Yeah, very thin edge. Griffith here, Trevor Griffith, the opening batter here for DC Eagles. Many would know him from Guyana and West Indies fame. Griffith hasn't had the best of Open Championship this season, but his team is in the semifinals here, having finished third in the preliminary round, the DC Eagles, second the New York Yorkers, and it's an interesting battle.
Yes, sometimes these small scores outside the off, some left alone, a quicker delivery, flatter trajectory, taken there by the wicket keeper. So there's no slips. We have the 2 boundary riders on the onside for the left-hander Griffith. Both between the umpire and some flights. This one is in the air. There's a man there. Takes the catch. Wicket number 1 goes. Griffith goes. My word.
Yes, not in any position there to play that shot was Griffith. He goes after facing 2 deliveries now. He did get a 4. Yes, he has to go back for 4, Trevor Griffith. Not the start that DC Eagles would have wanted, chasing 114 to win.
And it's the start that the New York Yorkers would have wanted.
Indeed, depending which fan you are.
So we're having a look. This is it coming off the outer portion of the bat. He had an eternity to take that one. Is that our man of business there? Tariq?
Yes,
that's Tariq! How are you not showcasing Tariq? Come on! Tariq took the catch!
Yes.
Tariq is going to sleep in his clothes tonight.
Yes, we can't talk to him when he walks past us.
I'm telling you, he's going to be like a giant. He's going to be all pumped up and puffed up there.
Yes, Tariq is one of the officials here for the tournament as well.
Yes.
For the MAQ T20 here. Championship US Open.
Yeah, the cameraman have to follow Tariq now until the next delivery, man. Tariq is cockaboo.
So we should have a chat after. But good catch from him and good bowling from John Ross Jagesa. He's opened the bowling here, the off spin Jagesa, and he has got the wicket for his team.
Yeah, John Ross was carted all over the park yesterday when he faced E. Banks. But he came back to prize his wicket out. So he had the last laugh in the end. But he started well here in the first over. And we have two, you can almost say two opening batters here because both of them on 0. Bakari have not faced the deliveries yet.
And we see a busy looking Lendl Simmons as well, shepherding his troops. You know they would have not gotten an ideal total, and they'll have to be taking wickets non-stop to be in this affair.
Yes, well, they were bowled out, so I'm sure they can emulate the DC Eagles in trying to get all the 10 wickets. This one is driving into the offside. Wide long off comes into play. Single, he gets off the mark right away. 5 for no loss.
Yes, we're still in the first over. A few little actions so far. It's an interesting tactic, not opening with a pacer, but instead keeping it tight. One would want to argue with the off spinner, not wanting to give away any run early. It's interesting to see if he's going to use Imran Khan at the other end. But
Yes, well, he's bowling with a slip down the leg side, and perhaps the wicket-keeper pad. So if that would have gone past him, there'll have been a sure 5 wides. But then again, look who's in the fine leg. Tariq. Sure he would have given chase to that and probably hauled it in. Well, he has to reload and come again. He comes again. He's playing the French cut here. We call it the Maurice Foster.
Indeed, not getting to the pitch of that one and playing inside edge. Fortunate for him, it didn't such a stump. Jagesa is moving away from the over, feeling well. 1 wicket for 7 runs in the opening over. We're on our way in semi-final number 2, US Open Championship 2024.
Well, back to live cricket, and the shadows are lengthening here. I think we're going to end up being under lights. I have no doubt about that one. So John Ross, Jagesa, he got the first wicket. They're going to need all of 10 if they're going to be in within a chance. So, Bakari. Oh, he's playing and missing outside the off stump. Pace off, a ring of fieldsmen, man in the 45, and they got a point. Go ahead.
And this is how Simmons liked to captain. To be fair to him, he has been setting fields a lot and been getting results. He's packed the outside and asking his medium pacer here, Manan, to keep it outside off. Just 2 men on the onside, inside, on the circle.
Yeah, right. 6-3 field, it goes in now, and the bowls. This time this one is getting up on him, he's riding the bounce, and off for the single.
Yeah, single in the offering there. I mean, good, well played, soft hands by Wadat. Or just to confirm the batter in a minute. But it is 7 for 1, DC Eagles. Washington DC Eagles trying to make their first final in terms of the US Open Championship.
Yes, Bakari is bad. Oh, this one coming off the outer portion of the bat, and it's good, nice, tight, gripping stuff here. When you're trying to defend a small total, you know you're going to need wickets, you're going to need dots, and single at most if you're going to give away anything.
And you also need bowlers who are going to bowl accordingly, just as we use Jagesa, who knows he's going to be stump to stump at a good pace. Just like the medium pacer here, Monand is being just outside off.
Yes, well, he's keeping things in check. 1 wicket already fallen for DC Eagles. He's going after him into the offside. This Tariq as busy as a bee, saying you're not going to score in my area. I am patrolling this area that's mine.
I'm telling you what happened. He's such an all-rounder. As I say, an official here with the USA Open Championship. He's a scorer, but he's also a member of the Yorkers team with his talent. And what would have happened, our fellow commentator, Iman, she has had to be doing his duties now.
Yes.
And we're one shot here in the box.
Oh, this one is driving, pleasing to the eyes outside the off stump. Tariq again comes into play. He's a busy man out there. That's our man of business there, Tariq.
Right, so in case you're just joining up, this is semi-final number 2. The first semi-final, as I mentioned earlier, went to Chicago Catchers, and they're into the final after defeating preseason favorites, LA Lions, by 8 wickets earlier this morning.
Well, he runs away now with 37 on his back and bowls a skip and a hop, and this one is playing this one, and Tariq is directing him, saying, run out, send it to the wicket keeper's end. But that's good running in the end. Good running. The up and off and running. There's 8 for 1 at the end of over number 2. No, it's a little more than that.
Yes, indeed. We'll see what happens in the next over.
Again, we would have seen Bakari with ball in hand. I think by far and away 6 wickets for 15 runs. Almost unheard of. I don't know if we would have heard that. I don't remember in all of my 16 years here in the USA, in the US Open, any 6 for 15. I don't remember that. I'll have to dig deep. I'm going to get in touch with my counterpart, my walking encyclopedia, Mr. Why his name is leaving me now? That's the man with the golden voice over there in New York there. Come on. He's just gone past me. Down the leg side. He's whipping this one off the pads. He got all of it. And it's gone beyond the boundary ropes. And he's gone for the first maximum of the innings. You can't afford that, pal. Can't afford that.
Over pitching there was Jagiso, the off spinner, straight into the pad and asking to be hit. And duly obliging was the batter here. And he made the best of that effort. Clean strike. 6 all the way.
Yeah, it was a good shot. It was on the toes. You still have to hit him. It was badly lined, but let's see the comeback delivery. Balls outside the off stump. He's going inside out. He's coming off the middle of the bat. One bounce down to the vacant wide third man. So they're going after this target score of 114.
Shot there by Bakari. Inside out. A batter's delight. Offered it was a wrong ball, but he read it quite well, was Bakari, and he placed it exquisitely over the infield and one bounce into the boundary. That's a highlight shot.
Yes, proper cricket shot there. There's the man in form. He's in form with ball in hand, bat in hand. This guy can do no wrong. Plays cricket all around the world. Plays cricket in the UK as well. He's trying to work his way onto the US team. That's his big dream. So he's going to stay in the USA for a while and try to qualify. This time he's whipping this one off the pad. Short fine leg is in business. Send the throw, trying to run him out. There's over toes, but they're not going to attempt the second because there's good backing up there with the man in the wide long off position.
Good comeback here by the DC Eagles after losing their first wicket. They're now scoring at 7 runs per over. Remember, their target is just a mere 114 runs, and this is the type of start. This is the type of positive start that is required.
Yeah, well, it's 21 for 1. And Spin is trying to make outside the off stump cutting, not taken cleanly by the wicket keeper. As Bakari was, not Bakari, that is Wadat. He was pulling away into the leg side trying to cut. A thin edge would have passed the wicket keeper and he would have been in business. In 2020 cricket, there's not a false shot. Anything goes. This time he's playing to backward point and can't score. So 2 dots on the trot to end that over.
Indeed, at the end it is 21 for 1. The third over it is. DC Eagles chasing 114 to win.
If you want luxury but desire smart investments, then let MAQ Group guide your property journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in property, MAQ Group has you covered. Worldwide, we offer a range of services tailored just for you. Looking for your next home, business, or want to investment? Our residential and commercial investment, we ensure you find the perfect profitable business or property. Our off-plan properties and expert market analysis promise lucrative opportunities. And for property owners, our management services handle everything, so you don't have to. With MAQ Group, you're not just getting a service, you're gaining a partner dedicated to your success. Trust, transparency.
So back to live cricket. It comes in now. Bowles, and this time he's playing this one. Ooh, getting an inside edge. There's runs here for him. At least a comfortable two. Will they be taking on the arm of the fielder in the deep? No. They've long settled for the two. So Bakari, the man with the golden arm, and here he is wheeling the willow, trying to get to 114. So Bakari on strike, centurion of this tournament so far. Oh, he's up and over, and there it is. Good cricket shot again.
Oh,
that one was getting up on him, and he leaned back and he cut it over the third man up in the circle, and away she goes for four.
Eye pleasing. Bakari coming off a century yesterday, the most informed player of this tournament, with the top score, most runs, and now he's showing some exquisite shot there, uppercut over the third man area to go with his shots from the previous over. He's looking above the quality and standard here. He's looking international.
Yeah, he's looking the part, I can tell you that. He's easy in the eyes as well, so Simmons has a bit of worry on his hand while he's there. This time he's stroking it nicely into the offside. Good running between the sticks as well. He was on the back foot, had to get out of that stance, but he was pushed by the non-striker. Wadat. He says, get off your stance. The camera would have taken a quick shot. Let's get this 140.
I love when a batter seems so sure-footed. Everything is coming out the middle, and these shot selections is so pure. This is what we pay our money to watch.
Yes, indeed. Comes in with a skip and a hop, and this time he's playing this one down the ground. Is it going to be touch and go, foot race, ball race, foot race, ball race? In the end, the ball wins the race. Another four to the DC Eagles, winning the toss this morning, inserting the New York Yorkers, and they knocked them over for 113. Now they're making...
Good shot there on the part of Wadat. Going down the ground, always a safe option, and the fielder tried his best, but come on, didn't have the speed, and that gives him his first boundary. Wadat, he goes on to 8 now, and taking his team to 32. They now require 82 runs of 98 balls. The DC Eagles, they are in charge of this affair.
Yes, we're inside the power play, and let's see if they're going to try to get it within the power play. But the fielder hurt himself a little bit. He's off camera really, but he's hoping that he's all right. But beneath us down here, he's been looked after by his teammate. Oh, a big swing and a miss. A naughty. So why that? I know you want to get it over with before the light comes on, but there was no slip in place. I think Linden can implore a slip. By the way, we saw some good captaincy in the DC Eagle when they were in the field. There's a bit of worry. Wonder if he would have wrung his ankle or something. He's in a bit of discomfort. He's on screen now. But back to live cricket. Skip and a hop again, opening the blade with can beat point. That's the busiest area in 2020 cricket. That point, you need your sharpest fielder. He has one stump to aim at, but he has to have good sure hands. As we come to the end of over number 4, he's 32 for 1. This one is playing with soft hands into the onside. The bowler fields to his own bowling. No run. So again, they're gonna need wickets. This time his one is going in the air. There's a man settling on it. Will he take the catch? Yes, he does. That's an easy catch. So Bakari was going gung-ho, trying to get it over mid-off, and he gave up his inning, scoring some 19 runs from 10. 32 for 2.
Was he deceived by Jagesa with the arm ball there? We'll see on the replay. But the otherwise informed Bakari coming off a century yesterday and looking imperious today as well with some brilliant shots. He was on 19 of 10 deliveries, mistiming, misreading that one, getting a top edge. And in the end, you could see after playing that delivery, he hit the ground with his bat, that it is unlike him to be making those bad shot selection. And we have arguably, for the persons who have been seeing him, we have been robbed of the opportunity of some exquisite stroke play. But for the New York Yorkers, it's exactly the wicket they wanted. Yes, arm ball it was.
Yes, he knew he didn't get it from the onset. He was disgusted with himself. He's like, what did I do?
And when we say arm ball, we mean that delivery from the off spinner that does not orthodox spin into the right hander, but swerves away just. So in other words, if you do not time that ball well, it will sky as it just did. And Bakari was a culprit.
Yes, well, they're going to need 8 more of those within the 114 that is required. The winner of this match takes on the Chargers tomorrow.
Indeed, and so far the DC Eagles, wow, where would you say this game is trending? 32 for 2?
Yes, when the New York Yorkers lost their second wicket, the score was on 57. So it's not how you start, it's how you end. So right now, oh, this one is down the leg side. He's beating the wicket keeper as well. So if it's wide, this is it Tariq?
It is. Yeah.
Yes, that's him. It's a wide, so score advanced by 3.
Off target it was as it relates to this in terms of period.
Yeah, John Ross Jagasa is off the mark there. Got a wicket in this over. He's searching for wickets, so using flight and guile and doing everything in his powers to pull up another one. That's a good delivery outside the off stump. He's got the big fish of Bakari. Sent him packing.
Indeed. Well,
when I'm over on the back foot, back along the track, bowler fields to his own bowling. Dots are like gold dust, and they're going to need a lot of dots, but they're going to need another further 8 wickets.
Brian Gale is the batter. Is this the Brian Gale from Jamaica? At first, I believe I'm seeing him here.
Yes. In the onside, there's going to be a single. I was going to say, if the bowler is not going to go for that, there's going to be a double. But he redeemed himself. He was leaving it to perhaps the umpire, who was unmoved. Yeah, the umpire is not going to go get that ball, pal. The umpire searched for the ball at the end of the over to get it in his grasp once the over is done. Other than that, you have to go get it. As a matter of fact, you must know your field. They're bringing in the mid-on, though. Attempting to go over the top. Punching in the air to the right of the point fielder. And they're going to take on the arm. It's going to be touch and go. In the end, they made it home for 2.
Yes, not the most comforting of 2. Had that been a direct hit or a better throw at the stump, he would never know. But the batsman get it in. We're now at the end of 5. 1 over remains in the power play. It's 38 for 2 DC Eagles chasing the New York Yorkers. They need 76 more runs from 90 balls. Will they get it? Let us see.
said the name is. Let's put the name. So play continues from the southern end. Right arm over. Now the pressure is in the offside. And the safe hand of the first slip fielder. And wicket number 3 goes down. They're going to make some inroads if they want to be on the screen tomorrow. That's the New York Yorkers. So they're really happy. We'll have a look.
Wicket for Manand, well taken there by Imran Khan. There at what, second slip? I mean, easy catch in the end, but it had to be taken under pressure given the score. They have a relatively low score of 113, some would say, and 38 for 2 were the DC Eagles just before. Now they are now 38 for 3, and wickets is what the New York Yorkers would need to stay in this game, and wicket is what they're getting.
Yes, indeed. Well, like I said, they're going to need to take all of the 10 wickets by my reckoning. I cannot see that they're going to bat 20 overs and don't get to 114. That's the target score. At the same time, we would have seen the New Yorkers. They got bowled over when they turn at bat. So, the winner of this match stays. The loser goes home.
And the winner faces the Chicago Catchers in the final tomorrow here, 10 a.m. at the Lauderhill Broward Stadium. If you're around town, it's interested if you can come out. It's good cricket, solid cricket. Saturday morning at 10, followed by the award ceremony. US Open 2024, 16th edition.
Well, here's Javed down the leg side. A wayward delivery is going to be called and signal wide by umpire Javed Charlie. Who needs Jenny Craig when you can get your exercise right here being an umpire?
And immediately being walked up to, I mean, Monand by some of his players, saying that that's not the line, that's not the field we have set. We have 2 catches relatively, maybe a second and a fourth slip.
Yes, well, we'll watch and wait and see. This time, this one is hitting middle. That delivery would have missed the off stump. It would have missed the leg stump and plunked straight into middle.
Yes, indeed. Well called there, Sir Henry. It's an excellent delivery. Played all around it was the batter here, and he must be sad because here we go, pitching, hitting, middle, halfway, just above halfway, the middle stump. An excellent bowling on the part of Bonand, exactly what the Yorkers wanted.
Well judged there by umpire Charlie. He walked right across, put that foot right in front of the middle stick, and I'm saying it again, that ball would have missed the off stump. It would have missed the leg stump and would have gone straight into the middle stump.
Very easy decision for the umpire in the end. 4th wicket down now for DC Eagles. They are not looking well in this chase. They did all the hard work bowling wise to get to the New York Yorkers out for 113, which is relatively a low score in 20 overs cricket. But as we have said earlier, runs on the board is runs on the board, and so far they are crumbling under the pressure. DC Eagles 39 for 4 with 4 deliveries remaining in this, the 6th over of the power play.
Well, they've caught a snapper. They've caught the big fish, Bakari, the centurion of yesterday. And Bakari would have showed his ways with the ball today, taking up 6 for 15. And I guess he would have done a little bit too much with the ball. He was not able to stay on the park. And now his team is in a spot of bother.
Yes, indeed. Well. Is it over? Because some of the better players, included Bakari, the centurion of the tournament so far, he is now in the pavilion for the DC Eagles, and they were middle to lower order players will have to come good if they are going to have to get into this final come tomorrow.
Yeah, well, you taught me something new just now. You're saying well. I thought it was ding dong dell. And then you go, the pussy in the well, kind of, But you say well. So yeah, I have to learn that now. Yeah, well.
It's a young person's expression.
Okay, well, I'm an old man, Having a little fun in the come box here, trying to keep you on your toes, especially those in the Asian continent. It's nighttime for you. This time he's playing this one back along the track to the bowler, and that's a better comeback delivery. He would have taken a wicket in this over earlier, and his delivery immediately after was down the leg
Taran
side.
Marwa is the new batsman, looking very steady and comfortable, and leaning on the front foot there, and just respectfully playing that one down the wicket to a good ball.
Well, he's under a bit of pressure. He's under the pump. This time he plays it into the offside and can't score. I'm going to have a quick 2 minutes chit-chat here with Scalia.
Dr.
Oh, it's an
Scalia.
L. That's an L.
Yeah, the high performance athletic director here for the US Open Championship.
Yeah, at the end of this over. So please stick and stay. It's going to be a little good chit-chat here. You'll learn a little few things outside of cricket.
Fitness experts.
The batsman is covering up nicely, trying to do some repairing here. And at the end of over number 6, the power play, it's 39 for 4. Want to welcome here in the commentary booth here, Scalia, and you're going to tell us a little bit about your profession, first of all, and then your involvement with the US Open.
Well, thank you for having me here. I appreciate being here again. Had some time to commentate the other day about health and wellness. I've been appointed the head of athletic performance here for US Open here. Been asked for MAQ to come over here and just kind of have the players be evaluated. From a metabolic standpoint, especially when it comes to their antioxidants.
Okay, very well. And in between we'll have, that's a good shot in the offside. There's runs here for him. It's, well, just one, because good bit of feeling down in deep. The man on the point boundary came in and just prevented 2. And, well, fitness is always key in any sport, I would imagine.
Correct. There's a big difference between, however, fitness and health. What I'm experiencing with a lot of the players here is that they might be living in environments that have high pollution, and that plays a part in their overall health. As you know, fitness, they're fit, but health, they have to be aware of what can they do to be healthier.
Okay, so in terms of testing here on the thing, do you do testing with the players here, or you just eye-hand coordination, or what do you do?
So we have a device here with us. It's a biophotonic scanner, and what it does is it measures your levels of nutrition non-invasively through the skin. So normally you'd have to get blood or a biopsy to get that. We actually have featuring a product, a technology here that can give you a reading based on the amount of fruit and vegetables you take in and or your supplementation. And that's important because it helps with inflammation and helping with your immune system.
And that is done without blood tests, you're saying?
Correct. We have a non-invasive device that allows us to do that. It's a technology that was funded by the National Institutes of Health, and it's being used in locations where people are interested in their health, their wellness, or anti-aging in general.
Well, I love that. I'm afraid of needles. So is this something new?
Most people are afraid of needles. That's why non-invasive is a better way to go doing it. Now that we have the ability to do that, we've introduced that into the marketplace. It's not necessarily new. It's been around for a while, but the newest versions are, think iPhone 4 versus iPhone 16. There's a newer version of it now, and it's faster and more reproducible. It's good to be able to have it as a portable technology here, and it's also available for doctors to have in their office to have the conversation about health and fitness with their patients.
Well, I would imagine you have a company, so do you work with a particular doctor, hospital, community? How do you go about it?
I'm a chiropractic physician by training. I've been here in South Florida for 25 years. I've had a scanner in my practice for 21 of those years. We go anywhere people are interested in their health, wellness, and their looks. That'll be day spas, that'll be gyms. We do scan events at organizations, churches, wherever people want to be educated and learn more about what they can do from a healthy habit perspective. we're in an awakening of sorts where we want to have more of a proactive health care model in this country versus reactive. Too many of us are waiting for diseases to set in versus what we could do from a lifestyle point of view. Many of the diseases we have are lifestyle, whether cancer, stroke, heart attack, diabetes. But if you have better ways of living and better habits, you put yourself in a better position to be able to not get those conditions because of your body's being in a better health status. We want to have positive outcomes.
So, in your experience here in this tournament, have you found anyone found wanting?
Well,
without calling names.
I'm seeing the Jamaicans are doing really well because they're really into the health and nutrition. They like to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. The better lifestyle you have, the higher your score will be. As I mentioned, pollution, stress, travel, that'll impact your score. It's overall, most people will score in what is known as the red or the orange in this country, which is on the low side. Think of like a D range. We want people to be on the higher side, which is more of a green or a blue range.
Okay, well, I would imagine you're going to need some manpower to do what you're doing. So, what's it like with your team being here, or is it a one-man team?
Today I'm just interacting individually with the players so I can have the consultation and have them have an idea where they're coming from. But we are distributing this technology worldwide. We're located in 50 countries, and we're looking into opening up into India. So that's where MAQ has showed an interest in having this technology here to be present with all the people that are either from India or know people that are from India. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to watch the sport and learn more about it. And it's also fun to teach people about how they can keep score of their body in that sport, which really matters. You need your health to have your wealth and so on and so forth.
Oh, very good. Well, with the cricket here, it's 44 for 4. In conversation here with Scalia, and he's telling us much about new, well, not so new technology, but he would have been first on the park here in the US Open, and he would have said nutrition, that's the way to go. And in terms of health, you have to be healthy to be playing any kind of sport, especially cricket. It's normally played in some hot sun. I'm going to get into that sort of thing just after this over, or maybe I can start it now. Does the sun have any effect on the health of an athlete as far as you're concerned? Yeah,
sun is important. We actually need a little bit of sun to help us create vitamin D, which is actually a hormone in the body. And you need about 15-20 minutes of sunlight. A lot of people stay away from the sun and they end up having vitamin D deficiency. You can get vitamin D from the foods you consume, dark green leafy vegetables, but salmon is a great source for vitamin D as well, especially if it's wild caught. So you want to be careful for dehydration, obviously. This is a beautiful, gorgeous day over here in South Florida. I don't think that's much of an issue, but athletes still have a certain amount of perspiration that they need to replenish their hydration levels when they're doing that. Overall, sun is good up to a certain point, just like many things are. Moderation is the key, right?
Okay, how important it is for persons to see a chiropractor as opposed to maybe a regular medical physician?
Yeah, I mean, when I first got into the field of chiropractic, I was more interested in the anatomical perspective and what we could do to correct. We got a field in there. What we could do to correct anatomical deficiencies, neck and back pain and so forth. But as my practice developed, I'm seeing how many people are dealing with crises of metabolism. 7 out of 8 of us have what is known as prediabetes or metabolic syndrome in this country. And that has to do with, your blood pressure, your triglycerides, your sugar, your waist circumference, the HDL, which is a positive, is the good cholesterol, if you will, if you exercise. A lot of people aren't aware of these biomarkers. The biomarker we have here is an overall indicator of your fruit and vegetable intake, which stresses the importance of exercise. So although I've been practicing as a chiropractor, as a doctor of chiropractic, Dr. Joe Scalia is my full name, and what we're doing here is having the ability to educate people not only anatomically but physiologically how their body works, how the mechanics work. It's one thing to have the structure, but you also want to have the function.
Okay, you're not missing much in the cricket. I know you're looking at it over there. And for those who may just want to hear if they're doing something and their eyes away from the TV, we'll bring up to speed. It's 46 for the loss of 4 wickets. We're into over number 9. They're chasing 114 for the victory. And the winner stays on the park, and the loser, well, they will be on their way out of this tournament. We're in conversation here with Dr. Scalia, chiropractic by trade. I'm going to ask him a difficult question. I'm sure he's not going to be able to answer this one.
Ooh, I'm ready.
Right after this delivery. He's cutting this one, but this coverage in the deep, they're just going to amble through for the single. In my growing up, my grandmother used to say, be careful with your ankles and your knees because they're hard to replace and sometimes hard to repair. Is that true, or how hard it is, ankle and knees?
Well, joints, the ankles and knees are taking most of the brunt of your weight. Like if you think of a runner, every time you take a stride when you're running, you're putting 3 times your body weight into your ankle and your knees. So you want to be aware of your cadence or how many steps you're taking, revolutions per minute. You increase those revolutions per minute and it decreases the impact. But joint health overall really is involved. Nutrition is involved with joint health. I mean, if we hear about glucosamine or omega-3s, that helps with inflammation. You want to have the joints be healthy because they're moving the right way. Because once you lose that motion, I think this is what your grandma was saying, it's hard to get it back. A lot of people want to anti-age. It's really slowing the aging process versus anti-aging. So the healthier you keep yourself and the less inflammatory foods you consume, the better off you are.
So is there any food, any medicine or anything to strengthen the ankles or the knees? I know you can do exercises for your muscles. There's something on the shelves for all sorts of things.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm as a chiropractor, I'm not really allowed to make recommendations about medications, what to do. You need to speak to your doctor for that. But from a natural perspective, the more colorful and bright the fruits and vegetables are, the more antioxidants and protective nutrients that will be there. For example, pineapple has bromelain. Bromelain helps with your joints. Papaya has papain, which helps with the joints as well. Omega-3s, we mentioned, which helps with inflammation. That comes from fish. These phytonutrients that are in the plants, when we consume those plants and those fruits and vegetables, we get them into our body, and then we actually have a better antioxidant, a better immune system because of that. You got 6?
Oh, this is a lovely shot here, inside out, and it's gone for 6. Yes, indeed, it's gone for 6. We haven't seen a boundary since we've been in this conversation, but here it is, inside out. Beautiful shot.
Beautiful.
Yes, well, the score goes on now to 56 for 4, so the 50 came up on us there in the 10th over. I'm going to ask just maybe 1 or 2 questions, and then we can probably end this educational conversation. We just finished this over. 1 legal delivery left. He's on the back foot. He's punching in the offside, getting 1 for his effort. As cover sweeper comes in from the boundary, send the throw in 1 bounce, and that's the end of over number 10. They're trying to get to 114 for the victory. That is the DC Eagle. Early in the inning, they would have won the toss, inserted the New York Yorkers into bat. They were bowled out for 113. So, Dr. Scalia, the question that I have here right now, what are some of the bad foods that you should avoid?
Great question. Great question. More and more today, because of lack of time and finances, people are turning more towards what are known as ultra-processed foods. These are foods that are manufactured and they're put into a box, a bag, and they have a barcode. And that will be something that's been stripped of its fiber and has added sugar or additives. Those are not good foods to consume. If you can eat like your grandmother or your great-grandparents eat, ideally, it's the best way to go, because these foods that are ultra-processed are they're wreaking havoc on our, what do we got here? they're wreaking havoc on our immune system, and they're wreaking havoc in our body because our body doesn't recognize it. Food is a code, and the better the code is, the better the machine runs. So when you give it something that's processed and not natural, we can develop a lot of those symptoms.
Yeah, there was a mis-stumping here that went all the way down to the boundary for 4 byes, and Terry really tried to haul that one in, but score advance goes into the 60s now, 64-4. I'm glad you have said that, but I'm going to ask a question now that maybe others will want to hear the answer to.
Okay.
A lot of time you go on the shelves in the store, you would see an item marked best used by or best sell by. If you would have used it after the sell by date, does it mean that it is no good, or they're just trying to get it off the shelf?
Yeah.
What?
First of all, if you see best used by, I mean, it's showing the perishability of a product, and the ultra-processed foods will have more preservatives in there. Although it slows down the rate of the food degrading, it's not really good for us. The stuff that degrades quickest is actually the best for us because that's the freshest food that we can consume. If you look at fruits and vegetables, you want to get them, like if you get a fruit, right, that's tree ripened and you eat it right there on the spot, that's the highest nutrient value that food will give you. But if you get that same fruit, you slice it up, you process it, you put on all these preservatives, yeah, it'll last longer on the shelf life, but it won't be as good as nutritional foundation as you can get if you pick it fresh off the tree. So your goal is to get it as fresh as you can and try to stay outside the border of the supermarket where the refrigeration is versus the shelved items. I know we can't do it all the time, but the more you can eat natural, where the product ingredient is the product, is the best. Like apples doesn't have a label on it. A food label is generally a warning label because of all the food, what's been done to it. But we're in modern society, and it's hard to eat like that. But as close as you can to that is as best as you can do.
Okay, well, we want to thank you, Dr. Scalia, for this education, and we're going to wish you all the best in your business, chiropractor, and this new technology, which I'm going to welcome. When you're checking for blood and you have to give blood tests for results, that's a no-no for me personally. So this new invention where you have your machine and you can tell all the other stuff, I think that's a welcome sight. So we want to thank you for coming through and really educating the folks who would have listened, and me personally would have enjoyed this little conversation.
Well, I invite you to get your score before you leave, and like I'm telling the athletes, a lot of what you do on the field begins in the kitchen, and being aware of how you can improve your biomarkers is the way to go to protect yourself as best you can.
Okay, so where can we find you?
Right downstairs.
You're downstairs. Okay, you're in the building. I'm going to find you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
Okay.
Right, 69 for 4 after 11. Tries to drive it through the covers, misfield. Should allow him to come back for complete a single rather. Nisar Vadat, 28 of 34. Taran Marwa, less than run a ball 9 for him. Required run rate is 5.08 in over. He's cut away. Should be another easy single. Doing it pretty easy at the moment on the Henry.
Yes, indeed. I want to welcome you back, Junaid Ahmed, back in the combox. Just had a little interview here with Dr. Scalia, teaching us a little bit about nutrition and all the good stuff.
Again, onto the front foot, inviting the batsman to go for that drive. Just nudging it forward. It's been quite an easy chase so far, though they have lost 4 wickets. Never looked out of it.
Yeah, good recovery here by these two. They were in a spot of bother there for a moment when wickets started tumbling. We saw the big fish of Bukhari. He would have gone. We saw Griffith going very early in the innings. And after that, these two batters have settled down somewhat. We have Wadat. He's been there. I've seen a few wickets go. He's stroking this one nicely but can't score.
That's right. 43 to get off last 8. Less than a run a ball. Any given day, you would take that and say it's going to be an easy job in the end. But you never know. These small scores, small targets could just turn out to be a bit tricky in the end.
That is true. Well, the shadows are lengthening here. The actual square is in shadows. We have some sunlight beyond the thing you can see on your screen, where the sunlight is beyond the square itself, the playing pitch. But nonetheless, Simmons is going to work some magic here. Last time up he took 4 wickets. He's going to need all of 4 and then some. He needs 6 more wickets for the win. Oh,
and that was way too close for the cat, trying to make some room and then get it towards that short third area. Not managing anything behind that. None for 10 for Simmons so far. This time towards the onside. Another easy single. He's trying for to come back for a second there. Wasn't on at all.
Nope, but good feeling in the deep. They're going to take this down as far as they can. They're not going to just lay down and die. Simmons again.
And again, just knocking it around. Chooses all by himself and retrieves the ball. They don't have to do anything silly at the moment. Just play sensible cricket. Try and keep nudging the ball. Keep hitting those gaps. Keep getting those 1s and 2s. And that odd boundary will be presented at some stage in some over.
Yes, indeed. They can just cruise to victory here.
And again onto the back foot. Cut away. Will that go all the way? Well, there's a fielder down there. Cuts it off. Back for 2.
There's a good looking shot, punching on the back foot, splitting point and extra cover. Cover sweeper gets in the way. Good bit of feeling down there. But again, I think they were about 20 or 30 runs short.
And again, this time delicate, but straight to the third man fielder. Short third rather. Denies a single. So 4 of the first 5 balls. It's been a decent over so far. Wickets is the need of the hour. They can't going to defend the kind of target they've set. And again onto the back foot. This time much powerfully struck through the offside field. No chance whatsoever. A boundary to the end of the over. 9 coming off it. 13 ball. It's 79 for the loss of 4 wickets. 79 for 4 it is. 6.08 is the current run rate. I'd like to introduce my co-commentator back in the commentary box, Jermaine Lamont.
Hi Junaid, how you doing?
I'm alright, sir. Welcome back.
Indeed, interesting semi-final clash we have here. Where's your money?
Well, it's going to be an easy chase the way DC Eagles are going about their business. 79 for 4, under a run a ball, 35 to get in 42. If they try and just knock it around the park, should be home quite easily. What do you think?
Any number can play here. Attacking field being set here. Catching cover. What is it we have there in a slip? Going for it is Lendl Simmons.
Tried it, takes the hedge, but on the bounce to the first slip. He's got a slip in place. He's himself standing in that position. Lendl Simmons.
Yeah, they have no other option but to try and build some pressure here. Imran Khan is bowling rather miserly so far as well.
This time again, short stuff, cut away. Another single.
But you're correct. DC Eagles would feel the more comfortable at the 2. They have enough balls to be able to get these runs. They just need to just not get excited and lose any wickets. But you know, it's the middle order. If it opens the lower order, you never can tell.
That's right, they've got their eyes on the prize this time again, pitched up, driven once again. Another single, doing in singles at the moment. Don't have to try and do anything out of the ordinary. Just keep the momentum going. Try and knock those 10 runs off first, and then try and take bit by bit, chunk by chunk, and get home in the end.
Yeah, you always felt that 113 runs was a little bit short on what is a good backing wicket here at the Lauderdale Sports Complex. And
goes Imran again. Easily done. So 3 runs off the first 4 balls. Taran Marwa, 12 of 22. Nisar Wahdat, 37 of 41.
yeah, Wadat has been the batter who has really been the backbone of this innings.
Again, just defends on the front foot.
A wicket now, though, they tend to see when a wicket comes in twos at times. So if a wicket could really set this match alight.
And again, cut away, keeping it a touch shorter right throughout the over. And the batsman is not going to miss out on those, just trying to nudge the ball into those gaps and keep rotating the strike. Another over comes to an end. It's 83 for the loss of 4 wickets after the end of 14. Come back for a second. Oh, as everybody has missed it. Evades everyone and goes for a 4. Comedy of errors there, Jermaine.
Yes, indeed. Overthrows unnecessarily. Lendl Simmons is the bowler. He's trying to see if he can make the breakthrough here. He has gotten a 4 wicket haul in this tournament so far. A part-time off spinner, Lendl Simmons. Hasn't gotten any in this game.
That's right. This time full. Goes straight down towards long on. Simmons did try to get his hand there. Couldn't quite get there in the end. Another single.
Yes, indeed. And
this time sweeps and sweeps well.
poor delivery.
That's going to be another boundary.
Poor delivery, way outside the leg stump and being swept in commanding fashion. Simmons getting his reader wrong. This has definitely really put the game well in DC Eagles' favor. And also, Junaid, if we look at it, if DC were to win this, it's the number 3 seeded and number 4 seeded teams who will contest the semifinals. As remember, the Catchers earlier won their games against the Lions.
And that's right. This time gives absolutely everything. Another one goes into the gap and another boundary. A very bad start to the over.
Yes,
for Simmons.
He hopes off his butt just now. I mean, no, he's not reached his mark as yet, has he?
5 overthrows and 2 back-to-back boundaries. 13 of the first 3 deliveries. Runs are premium for both these sides, and at the moment DC Eagles having it way too easy. And again a loopy ball just knocks it back to the bowler.
Yeah, you get the impression from the New York Yorkers here that their heads are down. They feel like it's all over. It's just a matter of possession. But this one has been managed quite well by Washington DC.
That's right. And again, shot goes long. Has he gone far? He has. What a shot that is. Gave it absolutely everything. Nisar Wahdat has just put it away.
And with it, bringing up his 50 as well. A real shot of authority from the well set Wadat. He brings up his, I believe this is his second 50 of the tournament. He looks in imperious form and has all but getting his team over the line here in semi-final number 2 here at the US Open 16th edition tournament. And he looks very well, doesn't he?
That's right, and a huge over in the context of the game. Wickets was the need of the hour, and in the process, they've conceded 19 runs in that over.
Yes, none for 37 is Landell Simmons. I'm sure he's going to take off himself next. But 102 for 4 it is at the end of the over in chase of 114 to win. DC Eagles large and in charge.
It's Mohammad Tariq into the attack. It's just going to be formality from here on. Off spinners. Nudges away. It's going to be an easy single. He's giving it a chase himself. Doesn't need to. There's a long on in there. 12 to get. Rather 11 to get in 29. Here's Tariq. On a well set Nisar. Again on the back foot. Glides away. Trying to beat that short third man fielder. Couldn't quite get enough pace on that shot.
Yes, the Yorkers would have felt they have played a bad game here. And if they lose, only themselves to be blamed.
They never had enough runs on the board, Jermaine. And again this time goes through with a shot. Good fielding. Couldn't quite stop the batsman from sneaking in another single.
Yeah, their batters didn't come off to the New York Yorkers. Otherwise, coming into the semi-final, 3 wins and 1 defeat. But they have played another bad game.
Here goes Tariq. Watchfully played. Just knocks it back to the bowler.
And they were on form. They lost their first game, the Yorkers, and then they won 3 on the trot. So you'd feel that momentum is on their side, but their batters did not get out of first gear.
Helped away towards the leg side. Short fine leg in place. Stops the ball from going further.
And the DC Eagles, on the other hand, they have bowled with precision, they field as well, and now they are batting with great presence and in control.
It's been a proper team effort from them. Onto the back foot again. Couldn't quite pierce the gap. Nisar Vedat with a brilliant 50. Holding this innings together, and before that, a dream spell from Husnain Bukhari, picking up 6 for 16. That's the end of over number 16. It's 105 for 4. Just going to be formality from here on, with 9 needed in last 4 overs. Is there something Landell Simmons could do? Long hop rather. Didn't get off the meat of the bat. 1 more added to the tally.
Yes, strolling away are the DC Eagles. They have done all the hard work and are sticking it in singles.
And again this time, another boundary.
Yeah,
in a hurry to chase this down now.
Yeah, slap there, tennis bat style, when we say through extra cover. Where they informed what are demonstrating that he's gonna end this and end this in a positive manner. He's now moved on to 62 and has just put in team 2 runs within victory. 4 runs within victory.
That's right, 1 shot away from finding themselves a berth in the finals tomorrow. It'll be up against
Chicago Catchers.
There we go.
10 a.m. here at the Broward Stadium.
Here comes Nicholas again. Short. didn't get off the meat of the bat, and who would have thought after we have witnessed the kind of form LA Lions had displayed in the group stage.
Indeed, bowled out for 72 unmistakably and losing by 8 wickets in the first semi-final. And here we go, ending the game, and quite rightly so. What at 6 more runs, he have ended it in emphatic fashion, finishing off the DC Eagles in terms of with 116 for 4. Battering the New York Yorkers, sending them home from the MAQ TV sponsored USA Open tournament. It has been that type of game. DC Eagles winning convincingly by 6 wickets, Junaid.
That's right, it's been a very good performance. They've been absolutely relentless right from the word go, led by Mohammad Asif. And here's how their batting card looks like. Nisar Wahdat, the main man, standing out, 68 of 55 for him. Taran Marwa, 15 of 26. Good support from Hussain Bukhari, 19 of 11. 2 boundaries and a 6. 116 for 4, 13 extras contributing to that total. From the bowling standpoint, John Ross Jagisar, 2 for 30 for him. And Mohammad Momand, 2 for 14 in history.
Indeed, closing out. So here we have the match summary. The Yorkers have been sent home, and DC Eagles will play the Chicago Catchers in tomorrow's title decider here at the Broward County Stadium at Lauderhill, Florida. 113 the Yorkers were bowled out for, and 116 for 4. DC Eagle coming back to win convincingly by 6 wickets and ending this game and going on to the final championship match tomorrow. Closing thoughts, Junaid, as we wrap up here.
It's been a very big day in terms of the knockouts. First, Lions getting knocked out, and in the second game, the New York Yorkers not quite putting up the kind of performance that was expected of them.
Right, number 1 and number 2 seed going home.
That's right, and it's going to be a thrilling contest tomorrow. Both teams on the back of victories. Who's going to be the favorite to try and lift that trophy, in your opinion?
It's going to be a close one. And we invite everyone, wherever you are, to turn up for that game, online or in venue. Download the MAQ TV Sports app from your Google or Apple Play stores. Wherever you're watching it online, YouTube, Facebook, social media, it should be a humdinger. Signing off here from the MAQ TV US Open 2024 at Broward County Stadium. See you tomorrow.